Grayson County and Barren County about to get underway here in the Trojan Trail Bowl. As we appreciate you taking the time to tune in, as I think we've gotten K105 Digital Productions with you right now. We've hopefully figured it all out. Our fingers are crossed. And it is about 125 degrees in our press box, but I am joined now by my partner, Mr. Kaylor Decker. And Kaylor, bowl game, little weird. The Cougars just now taking the field. This is a little weird, isn't it?
Yeah, especially being almost starting at probably going to start around 9 o'clock here. You're used to almost being in the fourth quarter at this time of night, and you're tired. You're used to starting at 7 o'clock. You're ready to go at 7. And when you're not going at 7, those legs start to get heavy, and there's no explanation for it.
I know for me as a broadcaster, it feels weird, and I'm not even out there running. It's weird.
It is.
We don't have to. It's a storyline. There's no doubt about it. But again, as I know Coach Smart would say in this situation, but as everybody would say, well, the thing is, Barren County's also playing at 9 o'clock tonight, and they're used to playing at 7 o'clock. So really, the question, I think, in the winner of this game is going to be who can adjust to the time faster.
Yes, and it's whoever handles the adversity of that time change better.
Grayson County last week picked up a win against Edmonson County by a final score of 33-12. Hunter Felty, 6 of 11, 109 yards, 3 passing touchdowns. He also rushed for 86 yards and a touchdown. Not that he had a bad start, Kaylor, but I thought in the second half he was really good.
Yes, he was. He improved a lot during the game, and I think a lot of that first half was him just being nervous. First start, senior year, it's going to be a little nerve-wracking, but he got over those nerves.
Michael Wood, though, when you have a guy like him in the backfield next to you, it helps calm those nerves really quick. 22 carries for 124 yards and a touchdown. Waylon Bruce as well, 1 carry for 5 yards. Team last week averaged 5.5 yards per carry. And maybe if I told you at the end of the game last week or before the game last week that your leading receiver was going to be Waylon Bruce, might have not necessarily been your first pick.
No, he was definitely not, but he proved me wrong.
Waylon last week, 58 total receiving yards and a touchdown, including that long screen where he was making man miss left, right. He was looking like Christian McCaffrey out there making people miss, and even better, he didn't get hurt as crazy. He was looking like Christian McCaffrey. The Cougars last season averaged 25.9 points per game. In their 4 wins, they averaged 48.5 points. Red zone offense for the Cougars, 22 of 26 last season. They were 2 of 3 last week against Edmonson County. The defense, though, Kaylor, especially in the second half, was the story.
Mm-hmm.
As the defense pitched a shutout in the second half, allowing only 12 total points, 85 yards through the air, 87 on the ground. But, the staggering stat, 6 turnovers they forced. It's the most in at least a decade. And, Kaylor, I'm not a football expert. I fully admit that. But if you force turnovers, usually good things happen.
Yeah, typically you get an offensive possession and they lose theirs. So you typically score on offense. It makes sense.
Grayson Chaffins was the main man in that. He had 3 takeaways, 2 interceptions, and a fumble. Jaron Van Meter had a fumble recovery and an interception. Colby Chaffins, I thought, was incredibly impressive on defense. He led the team in tackles as he had, 7 total tackles. Jacob Lasley also came away with a sack in the game, and I thought, Chaffins in the middle of that defense really kind of came out of nowhere and surprised me.
He did, and last year he had no work at middle linebacker, but over the offseason he's gotten much bigger, and he has a nose for the ball that a middle linebacker has to have.
Kevin Embry returns to call the plays on defense. Jackson Kane, not a Jackson Kane day. Last week he was 1 of 4 on PATs for his career now. He is 17 of 25 and 1 of 2 on field goals. That's introducing you to the Grayson County Cougars. We'll take a break. Introduce you to the 0-1 Barren County Trojans. Who do you need to know? We'll tell you next, coming up here on K105.
There's an epidemic of hearing loss in the world today. 1.1 billion young people worldwide are at risk from listening too loud and too long, and up to 1 in 4 U.S. adults show signs of noise-induced hearing loss. It's happening because the world is noisy, and blasting your headphones only makes it worse. Here's what you can do. Give your ears a rest. Just like your body, they need breaks too. And when you rock out, and we all do, be smart and carry ear protection. Let's make earplugs cool. So, listen up, people. When the world turns it up to 11, lower it to 6. Because hearing things we love is one of the greatest gifts of life. And once it's gone forever. You're never too young or too old to take care of your ears.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
Welcome back here to Barren County High School, where the Trojans of Barren County are preparing to take on the Cougars of Grayson County. The Trojans enter the game with a record of 0-1. Last week they lost to Metcalfe County by a final score of 12-9. The starting quarterback for the Trojans, Will Childress. Last week he was 7 of 16 for 89 yards and 2 interceptions. He rushed 6 times for 1 yard as well. Childress last year 94 of 168 for 966 yards. He threw 5 touchdowns, but was a part of 13 interceptions. And Kaylor, as a quarterback, if you know that, there were teams Grayson went up against last year that threw interceptions. As a defense, you got to open up your eyes really wide, because you never know where the ball might come.
Because it either means he doesn't read the defense well, or he's just wild when he throws, and you have to be able to get on your passing lanes, make him feel uncomfortable in the pocket, because the tendency he's going to rush something is very high.
Donovan Bradshaw was the leading rusher last week, 7 carries for 50 yards. He was also the leading returning rusher with 105 carries for 414 yards and a team-high 7 touchdowns. And Kaylor, he is a bowling ball. He is a beast in there. And Cody Rito took the most carries on the team last week, 11 carries for 30 yards. As in that stat, though, he had 11 carries for 30 yards, but counting in that was a 26-yard touchdown run. So if you take that out, that's 10 carries for 4 yards. So efficiency, stats can be misleading, and that's a proof of it, that he was efficient on one run, but other than that, not particularly. Aiden Miller, you mentioned him, Kaylor, when we were talking off the air. He's a beast. Leading receiver, 4 catches for 72 yards. Last year, he had 37 catches for 454 yards and 3 touchdowns. 6'4", 220 pounds. He's a mismatch for this Cougar defense.
Yeah, he's a pretty big kid, and he's always extremely skilled as well. And when you combine size with skill, that is a very hard mismatch to handle.
Cash Moore had 1 catch for 13 yards last week. You also see Jonathan Wilson and Cody Rito catches. They're looking to replace Tyler Wilson and Gage Allen, who each had over 200 yards of receiving yards last season. Scoring offense last season only averaged 14.6 points per game. Only scored 9 points last week against Metcalfe County. They only went for a 2-point conversion twice last year. They were 1 of 2 on tries, and they're going to run. I guess last week we were talking, Edmonson County going to run the wing tee. We're looking for it. They're going to run the wing tee, and maybe 1 play?
I wouldn't even call it 1 play.
Yeah, they ran a spread offense. Arguably, if only they'd run the air raid, it would have been the complete opposite of a wing tee, but it was pretty darn close to the opposite of wing tee. Tonight you will see more wing tee against Barren County. They're still, I don't know that we can necessarily call them a wing tee team, because they're kind of a hybrid is the way that I'm describing it.
And looking down at them now, they're in trips. They're going to run everything they can at you.
And, the wing tee's tough. We just saw it run, Hart County running theirs and misdirection. You never know where the ball's going to go. And for a defense, if it's a nightmare for a broadcaster, I have to imagine it's a nightmare for a defense.
It is. The wing tee is a bunch of eye candy. You get those linebackers mismatched, and you get one hole, it's gone, because there's no defense behind it.
Scoring defense average last year for Barren County, 29.2 yards per game. Last week, they only give up 12 to Metcalfe County. It was their fewest points allowed in a loss since September the 2nd of 2011 when they allowed only 13 points in a 13-6 loss to Monroe County. Pass defense allowed 100 yards through the air last week against Metcalf, 207 yards on the ground. The Hornets, though, average almost 6 yards a carry. And if you're Grayson County and you're that offense, that's got to be looking at a buffet in front of you, hoping that you can move the ball with success like Metcalf did. And 3 sacks is how many they had of Metcalf County. They only had 10 all of last season. And Aiden Miller, yeah, that's right, he also plays defense. And he's also a good defender. He had an interception last week. He didn't intercept any passes last season, but did force 4 fumbles. It's one of the linebackers. I mean, a 6'4" linebacker, that's a big linebacker.
It is, because you're trying to get in that window behind him, and when he's 6'4", it's a lot harder to get behind him.
They forced 10 total turnovers last season. And the kicker for Barren County, Kaylor, guess who it is?
I'm going to go on Aiden Miller.
You were correct, Aiden Miller. He's the do-it-all. I mean, when you're the tight end, you're the linebacker, and you're the kicker, and he's a pretty darn good one. Made a 23-yard field goal last week. Did miss his PAT, but last season, 14 to 15 on PATs and one of 4 on field goals. And that stat, especially looking at the Cajun thing, is always a little bit misleading because you never know. I mean, 1 of 4 could mean that he attempted 3 of 50. Like, we don't know. But Aiden Miller is going to be the kicker as well for Barren County. Brian Jones, head coach of the Cougars. We'll talk to him, get his thoughts on the matchup coming up next as we are just about 20 minutes away from kickoff between Grayson County and Barren County. This is Cougar football right here on K105.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Oh, stupid controller froze again.
Spending less money,
I was wondering if you guys wanted me. OMG, it's McGruff.
Yes, I am.
He's not my Uncle McGruff, the crime dog. He's a fake.
Oh!
I am McGruff, the crime dog. He is the fake, and so is that controller you're holding. It's gonna break.
Floodwaters in eastern Kentucky have destroyed homes and businesses, displaced families, devastated communities, and claimed the lives of our fellow Kentuckians. Radio and television stations across the Commonwealth have united as one voice to help our fellow Kentuckians in need. Please consider supporting the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund today. Simply go to kba.org and click the Donate Now button. This message of hope is provided by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
K105.
Cougar football. Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley now joined by the head coach of the Grayson County Cougars, head coach Brian Jones. Coach, you've had the chance to go back and watch the film from the Edmonson County game. Kind of a tale of two halves. What was different in the second half?
Yeah, I think we were able to make some adjustments. You know, we got some guys play both ways, and so sometimes in the game, we need those timeouts or half times, end of quarters to be able to make our adjustments with some of those guys. And so, I think Coach Embry and some of the defensive guys made some really key adjustments to stop their bubbles and slips and stuff that hurt us early. We were able to kind of coach our guys up about staying in their pass rush lanes, which prevented some of the big scrambles that they had in the first half. And so, I think the big thing was just some adjustments.
You named your Offensive Player of the Week last week, and you gave it to your offensive line. And as I've always been told as a broadcaster and even as a coach probably, if I say an offensive lineman's name, it's usually because they're doing something wrong. What is it, though, about the offensive line that made you give them that award? And then, this is a loaded question, but just how important are they?
Well, I think both sides of the ball, your line play is what wins ball games. You got to control the line of scrimmage. If you can move the line of scrimmage as an offensive line and not be moved as a defensive line and require double teams and things like that, you increase your chances of success greatly. And so, the thought process of kind of giving it to that group was in the second half, we just came out and dominated up front, especially offensively. We had some really big runs, for 10, 12, 15 yards a pop. And so it was really them that kind of turned things around for us. We kind of really focused in on just getting in the eye and running the football. And so that would require some good line play. I mean, and they did a phenomenal job. And we rushed for over 200 yards as a group. And I would say 3/4 of that came in that second half. And so they were well-deserving, played really, really well up front. And we've really been harping on effort and execution here over the last couple of weeks, and their effort was through the roof in the second half.
Last season, your team and your offense was 22 of 26 on scoring opportunities in the red zone. 3 of those misses, though, came in one game against Breck. So you all were highly efficient in the red zone as a whole last season. What is the key to being successful in the red zone?
I think it's your level of effort and execution more than anything. You cannot take a play off. You've got to have all 11 guys kind of really working together, and then, putting your guys in position to be successful. Things that I think every team, for the most part, has got some tendencies that they're going to learn up certain ways to certain formations. And so if you have that information and you can put your guys in a kind of a situation where you are almost guaranteed to know how they're going to line up, you can call a play that's favorable for us. And so, I think trying to just put them in situations to be successful and then having them have some confidence to have a great level of effort and execution.
Tonight, your team plays in a bowl game, something that they've never done before. They're playing at least an hour later. That game time, I know, is still up in the air. Obviously, when this airs, we'll know what time the game starts. But is this me being a radio guy and trying to add a story of it being something, or are you a little worried with how your team might do when they don't know when they're going to play?
No, I'm not really worried about that. We'll get there just like it's going to kick off at 8. And if we're there early in the first game, we'll go watch a little bit of it. And at halftime, we'll make our walk over to the indoor and start getting ready. But I'm not overly concerned with the play time. I think it's something that we try to focus on every game, and I think sometimes battle, and that's just starting the game off, not flat. And so that's just as much at risk this week as it is last week, or it will be next week. I don't know that the game time has that great of an impact. For us, I don't really feel that way.
Kaylor and I were talking, I don't know if it was during the game or if it was off the air or what, about one of the obvious differences about playing at Barren County is turf field. And he had said that he, as a quarterback, did definitely notice the turf, and I think he even said that he didn't necessarily like it. Is that another thing that is overrated, or is that a challenge for your team when they haven't practiced on turf to play on turf?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't think it would be that big of an impact. You lose the crown, so the field's flat. And so that is a difference. And so I could see maybe some running things being a little different, but maybe impact to the ground sometimes maybe a little bit more rigid and solid. But overall, I don't think it should negatively impact the game really. Everybody's playing on the same surface. I don't know that it's enough that because they practice on it every day that they have an advantage over us.
Barren County on offense will probably run the wing tee at least somewhat, more than we saw last week against Edmondson, even though we expected that. They got a good fullback, running back in Bradshaw, and then a tight end that's a mismatch at about 6'4", 220 on the outside. How do you slow them down?
I think number one is making sure that we're aligned properly to some of their formations. And so getting lined up and knowing where 19 is going to be key. And then it's going to be, in the run game, we've got to fill holes and come up and be ready to tackle low because he's a load to bring down. You hit him up high, you may bounce off. 19, we're going to have to be, in proper pass coverages. And, we've got some things that we've worked on this week that we'll see as the game goes on if they pan out and try to help slow him down. You know, they want to get those two guys the ball, and in order for them to be successful, you know, they need a lot of touches. And so if we can stop those two guys, or slow them down, I think we've got a really good chance.
How do you move to 2-0?
I think long, sustained drives, controlling the line of scrimmage, keeping their offense off the field. You know, that old-fashioned Cougar ball that's 10, 12 plays and eating up 8+ minutes of clock, I think will go a long ways for us this week.
Coach, good luck. Well, more, you're coming up in the locker room show after this.
Oh, that stupid controller froze again.
Spending less money,
I was wondering if you guys want any. OMG, it's McGruff.
Yes, I am.
He's not my Uncle McGruff the crime dog. He's a fake.
Oh! I am McGruff the crime dog. He is the fake, and so is that controller you're holding. It's gonna break. Let's take a bite out of crime together.
Who says you're not the fake?
Dude, you're literally missing it all.
You are smart, kids. You're smart. Buy smart.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here. At Midway Pharmacy.
Boston Center, Team U. We have a problem here. We have a hijacked aircraft headed towards New York.
I am monitoring a call in which Flight 11, the flight attendant is advising our residents.
That was our if not me, then who moment. The 9/11 Heroes Run, it's about remembering other people. It's a moment to get out there and be a part of something a little bit bigger than yourself.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Barren County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars are preparing to take on the Trojans of Barren County. In just a moment, we'll get Kaylor's keys to the game. But, Kaylor, for once in a locker room show, I got time to kill. And look, I mean, right here, we're talking about just legends in front of us right now. We're going to give a shout-out to one Jason Kincaid, athletic director. I'll give him a shout-out. I mean, a legend, right, Kaylor?
He is.
And speaking of legends, if we're also going in giving shout-outs right now, and usually I don't do that, but Ethan Hall, your former center, he's locked in and watching tonight on YouTube. I mean, center-quarterback relationship, that's a special one. And
especially whenever you've been best friends since elementary school, it's something that you really can't recreate or force.
Ethan Hall's watching right now, getting ready his Defiance team, and their nickname is escaping me, or I would give them a shout-out.
Yeah, I think it's the Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets. I was going to say Hornets, so at least I was close. That sounds good, Yellow Jackets. I hope that, if not, I'm sure he'll let us know, but Defiance, his team's getting ready to do it, and Ethan wants to know. He says Kaylor has keys to the game, so how about that? Let's give Ethan what he wants and have Kaylor's keys to the game.
All right, so on offense, this defensive line and the linebackers for the Barren County Trojans, they're very aggressive, so you got to be able to use the screen game to counter that. And also, use the triple option. You get those DNs flying upfield, just give the ball underneath them, and then you're holding them with that fake on the outside with the pitch guy. You're taking 5 to 6 yards every play, and that will eventually score a touchdown.
What about the keys for the defense?
You got to jam Aiden Miller off the line. Do not give him a free release. Even if he's not at tight end, don't give the tight ends a free release. And be physical at the line of scrimmage. I mean, you really have to make them feel out of rhythm and really almost in a way, I don't know how to describe this, but best way to describe it really is out of rhythm. Because if you get an offense in rhythm, that's when they're most dangerous. And if you can get them out of that rhythm that they are in, it tends to screw them up, and they cannot fire on all cylinders like they need to.
This Barren County team is tough. They are, and I mean, the biggest thing with this, and Kaylor, you know this, playing the game, it's a different feeling when you're coming off of a loss.
Yes, it is.
I mean, and that happens. Listen, losses are inevitable. Neither Barren County or Grayson County is Southwarden, is Bowling Green, is Beechwood, Mayfield, some of these schools that just don't lose. I mean, losing is inevitable. And as much as you have to learn how to win, you have to learn how to lose. And you have to learn how to bounce back, and that's going to be really interesting for Barren, because if Grayson comes out and can lay a left hook right off the bat, Barren County could say, uh-oh, here we go again. And that could be really interesting. The Barrens, they're not the Barrens, they're the Trojans, but we're here at the Barren County High School as it looks like the Cougars are still waiting behind. Look at that. We got a nice little overhead shot if you're watching on K105 Digital Productions. But the Trojans, they have a nice little run on. They get to run through the bleachers here as through the game tonight. We're going to be able to share with you as how we get to our vantage point here in the press box, because I'll tell you what, I can't make it up. I can't make it up. We will show that later on. And Kaylor, you know what we call that? We call that the radio tease. The radio tease. It's a tease to make sure that you stay tuned in throughout the broadcast, because I'm just going to drop it at some point to let you know how we get there. Because, Kaylor, am I wrong in saying that it is very unique?
It's confusing, I'll say the least.
It is very confusing. In fact, we're going to have to send one of our crew members, Alex Cook, out to find Coach Jones at the end of the game to be able to lead him in here, because I know Coach Smart, when we were here a couple of years ago, he had trouble finding us, and I don't blame him, because it is not necessarily the easiest place in the world to find. Grayson County and Barren County come up here starting very soon. We'll take a break and come back with all the play-by-play after this. This is Cougar Football right here on K105.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Grayson County and Barren County moments away from getting underway tonight as we welcome you into the broadcast booth here at Barren County High School. The Cougars getting ready to take on the Trojans. of Barren County. Grayson County enters with a record of 1-0. Barren County enters with a record of 0-1. Should be a great game, as it is Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker with you here on the call. The former Cougar gunslinger sits to my right. It's the second game of the season, and Kaylor looking down. It looks like the Cougars are going to start with the football again, and as they did that against Edmonson County as well last week. And I mean, the good start for Grayson is going to be a key in this one.
It is, and if you can put them down early. I've watched film on them. If they get down by 2 scores, they tend to give up. So if they can get out and land a punch early, that's going to be huge.
Grayson County will receive the kickoff. It'll be Aiden Miller to kick from right to left on your radio dial. This is WKHG Litchfield, 9:03 p.m., just like we drew it up. As luckily, I don't know, Chase Blaine all of the money that's in my wallet, because I said if the game started at 8:30, I think that's what I had to owe him. And luckily, it's not like he was going to get away with much, but luckily that's not going to happen. Back deep to return for Grayson County, Michael Wood and Jaron Van Meter. As it's time for football in Glasgow, the Grayson County Cougars and the Barren County Trojans. As again, Aiden Miller will kick deep, the 6'4" kicker. Van Meter and Wood back deep to return for the Cougars.
Number 19, Aiden Miller. Center C for the Cougars. Number 6, Jaron Van Meter. And number 8, Michael Wood.
They wait for the opening whistle. The officials are still waiting. I'm not sure what exactly we're waiting on. The officials are in. I guess we're waiting on the chain gang. Okay, now here goes the whistle. And Aiden Miller's getting ready to let this one fly. And game number 2 is underway here from Glasgow. And it is a booming kick by Aiden Miller, caught back by Van Meter at the 5-yard line. Van Meter's going to take it right up the middle across the 15, across the 20, slips a tackle there, and gets up near the 24-yard line where he's going to be brought down in the play. And that's where Grayson County is going to run out for their first possession of this game. Hunter Felty, the starting quarterback, making his 6th career start last week against Edmonson County, 6 of 11 for 109 yards and 3 passing touchdowns. He also added 86 yards on the ground and also had a touchdown on the ground as well. Last season, 357 yards of passing. Ball will officially be placed on the Grayson County 24-yard line. And to start off with is going to be in the shotgun formation. Felty with Michael Wood to his left. Waylon Bruce is a fullback set up in front of him, and it's going to be kept up the middle. And that might have been, was that a direct snap to Michael Wood?
It was.
And he gets 1 yard, a carry up to the 25-yard line. In the Grayson County starting offense, very similar to last week with one change. And that change is going to be on the offensive line. Sawyer Drake is left tackle, new left guard this week. It'll be Matthew Phillips. He's in for the injured Weston Green. Tanner Finley, Michael Sturdivant, Will Scott finish off the line. Your wide receivers, Grayson Chaffins, Jaron Van Meter. And then you'll see Jaden Kinney / Jackson Kane in the tight end position. Your backfield, the tailbacks of Wood and Bruce, and the starting quarterback, Hunter Felty. Felty will go in the shotgun formation, being joined by Wood one more time. It's the same formation, misdirection, handoff to Van Meter across the left side. And Van Meter gets up to the 29-yard line before being driven backwards. You can give him 4 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 5 for Grayson County. Van Meter had 3 carries last season for 20 yards. And I have written down here in my notes, could be used on jet sweeps. And that pretty much was what that was, a little misdirection.
It was just a slot reverse, very similar to a jet sweep.
It'll be 3rd down and 5, a big early play. The Barren County defense struggles at times. Last season, 29.2 yards per game. The defense last week allowed only 12 points. It was the fewest that they have allowed in a loss in over 10 years, when they allowed only 13 in a loss to Monroe County. 10.5 to go here, and we have a whistle blown. And a penalty flag is on the field. Dead ball, encroachment called against the Trojans. And it's going to be really close to the 1st down, and I think he's going to have enough. And we're waiting on the official signal. They will move the chains. 1st down, Cougars.
And good time to use that hard count.
It works, and the hard count is incredibly dangerous. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Grayson. Ball placed their own 34-yard line, and the hard count, it's tough to master.
It is.
But when you get it, it can be a massive weapon. They wind the clock. It's a direct snap again to Wood. This time Barren County's not fooled at all, and he's driven backwards. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. In there on the tackle, Jackson Arms for the Trojans, and it'll be no gain on the run there by Michael Wood. 10 minutes, 20 seconds to play in our opening quarter. No score between Grayson County and Barren County. If you're just tuning in, wondering, first quarter, It's over. It's past 9 o'clock. No, you're right. The first game was delayed, and because of that, we have started late tonight, and they're trying to wind the clock here. Clock operator might have fallen asleep over there, Kaler.
I don't blame him. It's pretty late.
It's pretty late. He's still trying to wind the clock. Oh, now the clock is moving, and the clock just jumped over a minute. Kaler, I'm not sure if they're having clock issues or what. Now they're going to blow the whistle. I think they are. Now I think the clock's starting to move, and they're going to talk this over. As the clock was stuck at about 10 minutes and 48 seconds for a period, and then all of a sudden it jumped about 1 minute and 10 seconds, and I think they're going to take a timeout and look at this. And you know what? I'm going to take a timeout, and we're going to mention right now, I want to be sure that we give a shout-out tonight to our good friend at K105, and also, more importantly, the father of one of our crew members, Alex Cook, who is running your main camera tonight. Dennis Cook, who you might know him as one of the pastors at First Baptist Church. He's recovering from back surgery right now, so I know he's locked in and watching from home. Dennis, we hope to see you at a game really soon. We're excited. We're pulling for you, and we know that you'll be back before long, and Alex is keeping us updated on you, and we know that he's working hard up on the top of the press boxes. I think this is an official timeout officially as they're trying to figure out the clock right now on the field. It'll be 2nd down and 10, and worst case scenario, what they will happen is that the clock will be kept on the field by the head official, which for a broadcaster, nightmare scenario.
It is.
For a head coach, nightmare scenario. For a head official, nightmare scenario. For a clock operator, really, it's no one wants this.
No.
And they're still talking right now. The head official is talking to Brian Jones, and Brian Jones is in his 3rd year as the head coach of the Cougars. 9-10 is his record, 21-60 in his 9th season overall as the head coach of the Cougars. The PA announcer just said something, Kaler. I didn't hear what he said.
He said something about a clock malfunction.
Clock malfunction. And, you know, we've already been delayed a little bit. Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's just keep getting delayed. Yeah, it's skipping is what the clock is doing. And, I mean, right now, hey, Kaler, I don't have anywhere to be. Do you?
Typically in my bed by 10:30, but
I'm going to be safe to say you're not going to be in bed by 10:30.
Yeah,
Oh, now they're turning the clock off. The scoreboard is completely off.
No, maybe try to reset it.
Turning it back on. Oh, Kaler, it's moving. The clock is moving. Maybe we can do it. This is the most enthralling part of the broadcast already. Sam Gormley with you on the call tonight. We'll try to run down a quick score update to bring you as well as I see here one person is commenting with us on Facebook saying, need to change the hamsters that power the time clock. Maybe the hamsters fell asleep, Kaler.
Maybe they did. It's getting late for them. They've been doing this for a while. They've already done one game.
And the worst part about that is running clock for one game, so they had to keep rolling.
They didn't get any breaks.
No. Score updates to bring you. Allen County Scottsville defeats Monroe County 47-13 in the 4th quarter. Davis County leads Owensboro Catholic 26-13. Try to see what other scores. LaRue County, they're leading somebody right now 42-39 halfway through the 4th quarter. Kaler, there's a barn burner happening there. We'll try to see who they are potentially playing tonight. We mentioned Edmonson County is playing Butler County tonight, and 28-6 I think was the final score. The final score update that we had for you, and it was Butler County on top of Edmonson County, and if my memory's right, I think 4th quarter. Yes, 6:27 to go in the 4th quarter. 28-6 Butler leads Edmondson. Another score update to bring you involving district teams. Owensboro leads Apollo 62-18. Kaler, this would be the moment where I would typically say, hey, let's take a break, but nope.
Nope.
I think they're coming back on. They put some time back on the clock, and maybe we're good to play.
Let's hope so.
Let's see. Well, nope. Now they're going to come back over, and they're going to talk a little bit more. Oh, you got to love it, right?
Back judge is getting back to his spot.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Grayson County. Ball going to be placed on the 36-yard line. They're winding the clock. The clock is moving, and now it's a bad snap, and Grayson's just going to fall on it. As Michael Wood picks that one up and drops it all the way back to the 26-yard line. Officially, that is going to be a loss of 8 yards. And that's not what you wanted, Kaler.
No, that's probably the complete opposite. The only thing worse than that is you don't fall on it and they pick it up and score.
It'll be 3rd down and about 18 or 19 for Barren County. 9 minutes in running on the clock here. No score between Grayson County and Butler and Barren County. They're going to spread it out. 2 wide receivers on each side of the senior quarterback, Hunter Felty. Looks like Waylon Bruce is going to join Felty to his right. Felty back to pass. It's a 4-step drop. It's a screen and hits one of his linemen in the head, but it's caught by Bruce at the 35-yard line. He turns upfield, gets up near the 30-yard line. They're going to officially place it to the 30 or to the 29. Only 3 yards on the pass completion to Bruce, and the Cougars will be forced to punt this away. The drive stalls for Grayson.
After he catches that screen, Waylon's got to do a better job of finding where his blockers are. He ran outside of them. You really can't do that. That's a middle screen designed to go straight up the seam, and he kind of turned outside, and that's where all the defenders were.
It'll be Jackson Kane to kick. It's a low snap on a bound. Kane gets it away. It's not a great punt. Barren County's got to get out of the way of it, and it does end up taking a Grayson County bounce at their own 45-yard line. Looks like it's going to be down at the 47 in Barren County. That's where they're going to start their first possession of this game with 7 minutes and 59 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Ball placed in the Grayson County officially 46-yard line. Barren County quarterback Will Childress, 7 of 16, 89 yards and 2 interceptions in their loss to Metcalfe County last week. He rushed 6 times for 1 yard. Last season, though, 94, 168, nearly 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. So he is susceptible to throw the interception. Barren County is going to go in the shotgun formation. Faking the handoff, it's going to be a screen to Miller down here on the near side. Slips a tackle in the backfield across the 50-yard line at the 45. Continuing to go, sidesteps, stutter steps down the sideline. He somehow doesn't go out of bounds. A very, very, very late penalty flag comes in from the backside. This might be coming back.
I think it is.
Miller somehow, Kaler, did not step out of bounds. He was tight-roping the sideline. And was that a personal foul called against Barren County?
It looked like it.
It's going to end up driving them backwards.
And if they're doing it from the spot, it should be 1st and 15, or will they count the play because it was after?
They should count the play, but it'll remain first. Will they give them the first down, or will it still be first? Or I don't know, Kaler.
I mean,
we're going to find out. The ball is going to move back to the 45.
It depends on if it was during the play or not.
It'll be first down and about 19.
It'll be first down and 19.
Yeah, that's one reason you do not want to let Aiden Miller get moving.
Because, he's a big kid. 6'4", 215 pounds. He's tough to bring down.
And as you saw there, he's extremely athletic.
Childress is going to go under center this time. Looks like he's going to have the running back Rito behind him. Rito's going to get the carry up across the right side, dives forward, and he's going to pick up about 4 on the run up to the 49-yard line. It'll be second down and about 15 for the Trojans. 7 minutes, 14 seconds to go here in opening quarter from Barren County High School. No score between the Cougars and the Trojans. That's what Barren County's going to do. They run some semblance of a wing tee. That really wasn't wing tee. That was just straight up your regular.
This is closer to the wing tee right here.
So you're going to have Childress under center. You've got Bradshaw, the fullback, behind him. Misdirection handoff near side, slips a tackle, gets across the 50-yard line, does Brito, and the pile keeps moving down to about the 44-yard line, and a tackle out of bounds, and luckily they didn't call a foul there. That was just one of those where the pile was moving. There's nothing that anybody could have done.
And one thing that we have to do a better job of tonight is hitting low, because one thing about Barren County is they're big.
Officially, you could give him 7 yards. Grayson Chafin's in there on the tackle for Grayson County. And the ball is going to be placed at the Grayson County 44-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Trojans. Trips to the right side. Shotgun formation for Childress. Fakes. It looks like he was going to fake the handoff. The running back wasn't going to get it. Bradshaw runs forward. He's got the first down. Donovan Bradshaw was going out almost if he was going to take a pass. And he ended up running up the field, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line. And an injured Cougar on the play is Matthew Phillips. He's trying to stay in the game, but he's going to check out. He comes up limping. 11 yards of the run by Bradshaw on a first down Barren.
Once again, tackled high. He just ran through it, and if you don't tackle these kids low, they are definitely good enough to run through these.
It'll be Barren County in the shotgun formation. Childress will pass, 3-step drop. He's going to look towards the end zone, throws it up, and it is caught by Miller inside the 5-yard line down to the 3. He uses his size advantage as a 30-yard pass completion and a first down Trojans.
Number 7, Will Childers pass to 10 for number 19, Aiden Miller is complete.
And Kaler, size is tough to go up against, and Miller used his size perfectly in that situation.
He looked like he was going up for a rebound and just boxed Hunter out. And, I mean, as Hunter, you really can't do anything better there. I mean, maybe get there a little bit earlier, but when he boxes you out, it's almost over.
It'll be first down and goal from the 3-yard line for Barren County. They're looking to take the early lead. This time, you've got 3 lining up behind Childress. It's going to be a pitch to Rito down the near side. He high hurdles one man, and he's going to be slammed down at the 3-yard line. Rito is going to have no gain.
If I remember right, a hurdle's illegal.
Is it?
It is in high school. A hurdle is illegal.
Interesting. That's not a rule that I knew, because he definitely hurdled the man.
In Butler County last year, a kid hurdled, and he got flagged.
You know what? That was probably something that I was trying to figure out what the penalty was when it happened. Interesting. Second down and 3. Ball placed on the 3-yard line. Again for Barren County on the far hash. It's going to be kept up the middle by Childress towards the goal line, waiting for a signal. He's in. Touchdown Trojans. A 3-yard touchdown run by Childress. And Barren County strikes first. They lead 6-0. And that was just a direct quarterback sneak. He took it up the middle, and I'm not sure he was touched.
He probably didn't look like it from here, but he didn't get touched till about the 1, and he just fell forward for that additional yard.
To attempt the extra point is going to be Aiden Miller. He was 0 of 1 last week. Kicks up. It's long enough, and he split the upright. 7-0. Barren leads. 5:17 to go in the first. This is Cougar football on K105.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Barren County scores on the 3-yard touchdown run by Childress. They lead 7-0, 5:17 to go here on our opening quarter. Sam Gormley and Kaler Decker with you on the call tonight here from Glasgow. Late night football here on K105 and also by K105 Digital Productions. It'll be Aiden Miller to kick once more. Standing back deep is Michael Wood and Jaron Van Meter. Van Meter's going to go back, catch it over his shoulder at about the 3-yard line. He turns upfield at the 10, across the 15, tackled from behind, and he runs into a brick wall. And he is going to be downed. They're going to give him forward progress. The ball came out at the end, and are they going to say it's Barren County ball? We haven't seen an official signal.
They are calling it their ball.
It is a fumble. Barren County will have the football. Kaler, that looked like forward progress. It should have been stopped there.
I couldn't see when the ball came out.
Correction is recovered by Grayson County.
No, it's recovered by the Cougars.
Oh.
Really? That's at least what the PA announcer said. And,
well, Hunter's getting a play from Coach Jones, so.
Well, Kaler, I'll take it. 5:07 to go here in the first quarter. They never gave us an official signal, did the head official, and we're not great at guessing. Ball's going to be placed officially on the 18-yard line of Grayson County, first down and 10. They're going to go trips down here to the near side. One wide receiver to the left. Shotgun formation for Hunter Felty. He's going to be joined by Bruce to his right in the backfield. Gets the snap from Finley. It's a quarterback keeper, and Felty had absolutely nowhere to go. He tried to carry it across the left side, and he was met by Barren County in there on the tackle, and it's going to be a loss of about 4 yards. Officially only 3. It'll be 2nd and 13, and Kaler, that play was doomed from the start.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It kind of looked like Dart, which has a tackle pulling. Yeah, so if that's the case, Waylon should have came over and picked up that guy that tackled us, but I don't know what the play call was.
It's a shotgun formation one more time for Felty. 3 down to the near side, 1 to the left. Cougars working from left to right on your radio dial. It's going to be option, pitch to the far side. Looks like Woods got it, and he might have it near the original first down marker as he crosses the 15-yard line, gets it up near about the 17 or the 18. As he needed to get to the 18 to get back to the original line of scrimmage. I think he only got to the 17, so you can give him 2 yards on the run. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for Grayson. Ball placed on their own 17-yard line, 4 minutes and 18 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. Barren leads Grayson 7-0. And Kaylor, I know it's early, but this is a big play here.
It is, and this is a huge, if we can convert this keeps the momentum from shifting even farther than what it is already. And if you don't get this, momentum has just made a full swing to their side.
2 to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation, Felty takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket. He looks to scramble down here to the near side. He's got space if he wants to look to run, and he has to run away from one man, and he's not going to be able to as he's shoved out of bounds. Chasing in there was Jackson Arms for Barren County. Arms is the massive defensive tackle. Listed at, they have him listed at 5'6", and Kaylor, if he's 5'6", then I'm 7'6".
Yeah, he's a lot bigger than 5'6".
And then Felty is going to end up losing 2 yards on the run, and the Cougars are going to be forced to punt, and this is where you need Jackson Kane to have a punt of his life right here.
You need to have a very long punt, keep it on the line, and it has to have a good roll too.
Looks like it is going to be Miller back deep to return. Good snap, better than last time, and it is a line drive punt by Kane. Bounces straight into the air, does take a good Grayson County bounce to the 40. It's going to keep on rolling, and it's going to be down at the 48-yard line. You can give him a 33-yard punt by Jackson Kane. And Kaylor, not a perfect punt, but it does the job.
Got you out of that corner right there.
Barren County is going to have the ball placed in the Grayson County 48-yard line. 1st down and 10, 4:02 to go here in the opening quarter, and the defense is going to have to help out the offense here and see if they can't give some good field position. You have Childress go under center. Bradshaw is the running back lined up. Miller shifts from the right side of the line to the left side. Kind of confuses the Cougar defense. Some misdirection. It's going to be a handoff to, I think that might be Rito up across the right side. And it was Bradshaw, rather, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the run, and there was a lot of misdirection, a lot of movement. It looked like Hart County in the backfield there for.
It does, and that will confuse your front. That's going to confuse your linebackers. That confuses almost everybody.
It confused me. Not that that's that hard to do, especially at, 3 in the morning? Is that what it feels like?
Feels like it.
Back under center goes Childress. Miller shifts. It's going to be a pitch out to him to the far side. Actually, it's Rito on the run. He spins towards the 1st down marker, and it's real close. He needed to get 1, and he might have gotten .9 on the run.
They're calling it a first.
Are they going to officially move
Yes.
it? They will. One of the things that the KHSA is doing is that they're trying to limit the amount of times that they bring the chains out to try and keep the chains moving. So they're just going to trust the head official. If he thinks it looks like a 1st down,
it's a 1st down.
It's a 1st down, and he said that one looked enough like a 1st down. Ball's going to be placed in the Grayson County 38-yard line. 1st down and 10, 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter. In Barren, they again send the man in motion. Hand off Bradshaw up the middle. He's got a blocker in front of him. Rito, rather, I think. Or was it? Oh, it was Bradshaw on the carry. He dives forward, and he got about 10.
And that toss motion is causing that linebacker to vacate, and whenever you run dive right in the middle, there's no linebacker there to really stop it, and it's just gashing us.
And no, he did not get the 1st down. It's about 2nd down and inches coming up. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. 7-0, Grayson trails Barren. And misdirection handoff far side, and he slips and falls, and he's short of the 1st down marker. It'll be 3rd down and about 2. Aiden Miller was on the run, and he tried to turn the corner, and he got tackled by the turf monster.
Yeah, he tried to cut with that inside foot, and typically when you do that, 9 out of 10 times you're going to slip.
In fact, he loses more than I had thought. He loses back to the 31. He loses 3 yards on the run.
I really didn't think he lost that much, but I'll take it.
I didn't either. 2 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. 7-0, Barren on top. It is a huge play in this game. It is 3rd down and 2. I formation this time. Handoff near side. Trying to find the hole is Brito. He's got the 1st down across the near side.
Number 9, Brito on the carry,
In there on the tackle for Grayson County was Waylon Bruce. And he got just enough, gets it up to the 27-yard line, give him 4 yards on the run, and a first down Trojans. The defense has been on the field a lot to start, as Barren County has controlled the possession early on in this game, and Cougars need to stop in the worst kind of way.
They do, because if you get down 2 possessions, then you start fishing for points, and then you'll get desperate, and it tends to compound from there.
I formation, fakes the handoff. Childress out to the far side, steps up, dumps it off. It's complete at the 25-yard line, turns upfield at the 15. Down outside the numbers, 10-5, touchdown Trojans. And that is going to be Aiden Miller, a 27-yard completion. Childress to Miller, and the Trojans lead 13-0.
Probably could have called a buck on the back there, but
27-yard pass completion.
Man, that's just an athlete being an athlete.
He took that from the far side to the near side, turned upfield, and tipped your cap. Well done, young man. 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. Aiden Miller now will attempt to kick the extra point, and that's the biggest thing with Aiden Miller. Not that there are many people in the state that can match up with him, but he's a tough mismatch.
He is.
Here comes the kick. It's a good snap. It's long enough. It's a line drive spinning kick that splits the uprights. And Barren County leads 14-0 against Grayson County with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And Kaler, this is not the start that Grayson County had wanted whatsoever.
No, their energy has just not been anything close to what Barren came out with.
As the 27-yard touchdown pass from Childress to Miller for a 27-yard touchdown. What's Brian Jones telling his team right now?
Well, probably get your butt in gear. And he told them before the game, if they don't come out with the right amount of energy, they will get. Barren County is a tough team. They're a physical team. And if you don't come out with that same physical energy, they will run it down your throat. And they have done exactly just that in the first 2 possessions.
It's exactly what they've done, and Grayson not had an answer.
No.
The only negative play, I think, Barren County, not counting a penalty, was when they got tackled by the Turf Monster. And if the Turf Monster is your leading player on defense, that's not usually a recipe for success.
He's going to have a lot of tackles if you want him to be able, if you want to win.
Here comes the kick from Miller to kick from right to left on your radio dial. Back deep is Van Meter and Wood. And they're going to kick it to Van Meter, and he catches it back at the 6-yard line. Backstepping across the 10, 15, 20. Slips a tackle at the 25, and he keeps going as he finds his way to go through and gets up near the 30-yard line. That's a good return, about 25 yards by Jaron Van Meter. And, Kaler, we talked about this last week. I mean, it's not me being mean to Jaron Van Meter. He's small.
He is.
But it works great in that situation because I think he got an extra 3 or 4 yards because Barren County didn't know where he was.
He got lost, and that helps you in those situations.
And especially when Van Meter is quick and shifty. 1:07 to go here in the first quarter. Barren leads Grayson 14-0. As this is, I mean, honestly, this 1:07 here for Grayson in the quarter. I mean, obviously you're going to get the ball at the end of the quarter, barring, a turnover or something, but I think you just need a couple positive plays, go into that quarter break, and start feeling a little bit better about yourself because there's still a whole lot of football. Van Meter shifts out to the far side. Felty looks to roll out to that far side, and he's sacked in the backfield. The defender was untouched. Was in there on the sack.
I think there's a flag, the way they whistled after the play.
Tanner Harper was the sack there for Barren County. He was untouched. A late foul comes in. And
I think I saw it.
A legal shift called against Grayson County. I think Van Meter didn't get set on the far side.
He was coming forward.
And I presume that they'll decline this. And they do. Felty a loss of 9 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd down and 19 to start for Grayson. Final score to bring you from our friends down in Graves County. They lose tonight to Paducah Tillman by a final score of 25-7. .101 to play here in the first quarter.
And I know this is still early, but it feels like a do-or-die drive right here.
I agree. And, I mean, 14 points, there's still a ton of time left in this game, but you've got to start getting some movement. So they're going to bunch, trips to the left side, ball placed in the far hash, officially placed in the 21-yard line. Felty, it's a screen to the far side at the 30, slips a tackle up across the 35, across the 30, keeps the legs moving up near about the 37-yard line. And that was a nice little run by Van Meter on the screen play. He gets it to the 36, give him 15 yards, and Kaler, that's what they needed.
Yeah, they do. They need a jolt, just a little spark plug, a spark play, whatever you want to call it. They need something to get their energy up because they've not had that.
3rd down and 4 coming up for Grayson. It'll be interesting to see if Brian Jones, he does not have to snap it.
I don't think he's going to.
And he looks like he's going to take it into the quarter break. We're at the end of the first quarter. Barren County leads Grayson County 14-0. We'll take a break. Quarter number 2 comes up next. This is Cougar football on K105.
There's an epidemic of hearing loss in the world today. 1.1 billion young people worldwide are at risk from listening too loud and too long, and up to 1 in 4 U.S. adults show signs of noise-induced hearing loss. It's happening because the world is noisy, and blasting your headphones only makes it worse. Here's what you can do. Give your ears a rest. Just like your body, they need breaks too. And when you rock out, and we all do, be smart and carry ear protection. Let's make earplugs cool. So, listen up, people. When the world turns it up to 11, lower it to 6. Because hearing things we love is one of the greatest gifts of life. And once it's gone forever. You're never too young or too old to take care of your ears.
It is 14-0. Grayson County trails Barren County as we get ready to start quarter number 2. Sam Gormley and Kaler Decker with you on the call. Grayson County will have it 3rd down and 4 coming up after this timeout. And Kaler, this is a big play in this game.
It is, and it's really early, but it's almost this is going to be a game changer right here. If you get this keeps the game alive. You still have hope. If you don't get this and they go and score down the next possession, then that's when you really start to question if you even still have a chance or not.
It'll be 14-0 again as the score. Brian Jones is taking his time with his huddle, making sure that everybody knows the assignment. Because 3rd down and 4, Kaler, I mean, presuming if you don't lose a lot, if you can gain 1 or 2 here, I'm sure that Brian Jones would think about 4-down territory in this situation.
I don't even think he'd think about it. He'd just do it.
He'd just do it, and I like it. I mean, I like the aggressiveness. I mean, your defenses struggle a little bit, so it would be putting them in a pinch. But at this point, I think it's a huge play.
It is.
It'll be a shotgun formation. Bruce is in the backfield to Felty's left, working from right to left now as Cougars switch sides. It's a pass on the slant, complete. No, the ball comes out at the last second. It popped in and out of the hands of Grayson County as it was intended for, was it Van Meter over the middle?
That was Michael.
I was going to say the PA guy said Van Meter, and I didn't think it was. So it'll be 4th down and 4 coming up for Grayson. Ball placed on a 36-yard line, and I mean, this is, I mean, you're saying, are you not thinking about going for this either? You're going for it no matter what?
The way they've looked on offense, Barren County has, yes, I'm going for it. I want to keep their offense off the field as long as I can.
It'll be 4th down and 4 for Grayson. What are you drawing up?
It depends. I would, right here, I would look for something outside.
It's the I formation, whistle blown on the far side. Brian Jones not happy at all.
I think somebody
with his
jumps.
teams.
Yeah.
As a timeout is taken on the far side, and Jones he's not happy with somebody on the far side of the field, and there's no doubt about this. This is the 25th all-time matchup between Grayson County and Barren County. Barren County leads the series all-time 18-6. Last time these two teams met was here at Barren County High School. 25-3 was the final score of that game. And Kaler, we teased it in the open, but our vantage point here tonight is quite interesting. And I was telling our K105 Digital Productions crew, to get here, you have to walk through the bathroom to get to the press box. I know if you're watching on K105 Digital Productions, you can see the walkway in that we had to take here. And I think my crew thought I was joking when I said, hey, at Barren County High School, to do it, you literally have to go through the men's restroom, and that's exactly what we did. In fact, the women's restroom is here as well, so I guess theoretically, if somebody wanted to come in that way, they could as well. But it's definitely a very interesting press box.
not a press box I've ever been in, I will say that.
Yeah, most don't have to go through the restroom. But as a broadcaster that drinks a lot of water during games, usually it's me running like a madman to try and find the nearest bathroom. But here, it takes me about 15 steps, which is a good thing. Out of it, Kane is going to punt, and it is a beautiful punt by Jackson Kane. And falling down and grabbing it was Aiden Miller back at the 28-yard line. And Brian Jones obviously had a change of heart there as Jackson Kane punts that away.
I think he was trying to get him to fall for the hard count on that 4th down attempt, and they didn't, so he decided to go punt it.
As officially, you can give Jackson Kane 44 yards on the punt. How to get it done, Kaler?
That was a pretty good punt. I will say that. Don't get a return. Fair catches, good coverage to make him force the fair catch.
And the ball plays back at the 28-yard line now. That's huge. Is your defense, I mean, Barren right now started at the Grayson 46 and the Grayson 48.
Yeah, they've had a short field every time.
They'll go under center. We'll go Childress. Bradshaw is the fullback immediately behind him. It'll be a handoff. Bradshaw left side across the 30, across the 35, and he just dives for it. He is just a bowling ball, and he dives up to about the 37-yard line. He needs to get to the 38, so he'll only officially get 9 yards on the run. The defensive line right now is not having any answer for Bradshaw.
No, I mean, they're getting through, but they're not coming flat through whenever they're getting unblocked, and he's just running through those arm tackles that they're trying to use.
10 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Again, some misdirection. It's a handoff near side, breaking a tackle in the backfield I don't know who that officially was. I don't think was it Bradshaw? 16 is Truitt on the run. He has not taken a run this season for Barren County, so he comes out of nowhere there, and he fools the broadcaster to the 41-yard line. He picks up 4 yards. Truitt on the run. 10.5 to go here in the opening half. It is 14-0. Barren County and the Trojans are starting to put this drive into gear again. Ball placed on their own 41-yard line. Senior quarterback Childress goes under center. It's a pitch out to the far side again to Truitt. He tries to get around the corner, and he's met by Grayson on the far side.
That's a great job keeping contained on the edge by Michael.
Michael Wood was in there, and an injured player for Barren County on the play. Slow to get up, but he does get up on his own power as Truitt tried to turn the corner, and right when he did, Michael Wood said, "Hello, nice to meet you."
And he should, I was about to say, he should have to come off the field with the helmet off.
That's a loss of 3 yards. It'll be second down, it'll be second down and 13. First brief, I thought on the far side that said third down, and as I was getting ready to say third down, I said, wait, my brain was saying, hey, no, wait, that's not.
And that's huge. I mean, that's the first time we've stopped them truly on a play.
Yeah, because the only negative play that they had, not counting the penalty, was the tackle by the Turf Monster. Handoff up the middle, Bradshaw, and he immediately gets it back, and a lot more breaking tackles left and right up across the 45-yard line, gets to the 47, and it'll be about third down and 4 coming up. Matthew Phillips is back into the game, and he makes that tackle. As he limped off earlier in the game, you can give him 9 yards on the run. It'll be third down and about 4 for Barren, and Kaler, this is another big game, big play this game.
And this is a play that, honestly, you have to tackle. What we've been trying to do is just throw our hands out and hope we stop them, but with how hard these kids are running, that's not going to work. You have to get your shoulder pad in their thigh and keep their legs from moving.
Childress is in the I formation. Bradshaw is behind him. He fakes the handoff. Childress is looking to pass. Now he's going to step up in the pocket, run, dives towards the first down marker. It's going to depend on the spot, but he looks like he got it. As he crosses the 50-yard line, and he needed to get to the 49, and he gets to the 49. So he gets all he needed to, first down Trojans. And I'm not sure if that was a designed run, but I think Childress just looked up and saw he had the hole and took off.
And he's a big kid. He's a very built kid, and that's a hard thing to stop whenever it gets going downhill.
Again in the I formation, Bradshaw's the fullback. They fake the handoff to him. It's a handoff left side. Big hole left side across the 40-yard line. And that's where he's going to be driven down on the run is Cash Moore. As he gets down to the 39-yard line, 10-yard run, and another first down for the Trojans. Well, yes, they are moving the chains. This drive is keep on moving. Is Barren County in this game?
We are not competing with their physicality right now.
It's kind of a shame to say this, but Grayson County right now looks like it is 9:45 on a Friday night.
That's exactly what they look like.
And Barren County looks like it's 7:15 like it would normally be. Back to pass Childress. He's going to let it fly to the end zone. It's underthrown a little bit, incomplete. Broken up on the play, nearly intercepted by Grayson Chaffins. He had a chance to make a play on the ball because it was underthrown by Childress. And the Cougars catch a break there.
And if that ball was thrown where it was supposed to be, that's probably going to be 6. But
because that's probably one of those balls that's supposed to go towards the back pylon.
It's going to be towards the back pylon, long and outside. But still, that's a chance that we missed too. Because if we can pick that off, that's a huge jolt.
It's a brand new ball game.
Yeah, exactly.
You're down 14. There's still a ton of time left in this game, but you got to find a way to make a stop. Handoff left side, Bradshaw on the misdirection. This time Bradshaw only gets about 4. And considering what he's been getting, 4 is a win.
4 is a win for us, especially on second down.
It'll be 3rd down and about 6 for Barren County as he gets to the 35-yard line. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the opening half. 14-0. Barren County leads Grayson County. Motion shift, pitch, handoff to Brito, left side, and he did. The second effort might have gotten him there.
I think he got it.
At first, it looked like he was going to be dropped for a loss. The second effort does appear that he has enough. We still haven't seen an official signal from the head official, and first down, Trojans. That's the second effort there, Kayla, that got him the first down.
And I will say this, and it hurts to say, but it just looks like they want it more. And that's one thing about coming off a loss. You're hungry for a win, especially if you've not had one all year. You're hungry for it. You want it.
Barren County hasn't won since last season.
And exactly, even though it was only 1 week, you want to win.
7.5 and counting to go in the first quarter. In the first half, ball placed in the 29-yard line. Handoff, and the Cougars meet him, spinning almost again out of that tackle. Was the running back. Michael Wood was in there on the tackle for Grayson. As Rito had that, and Kaler again, he was just spinning, and luckily last time it worked, this time it does not.
Yeah, but we still have to shore up our tackling. We're trying to just grab and sling, and he's athletic. You just can't sling an athletic kid. He's just going to keep his feet and keep moving.
Childress goes under center. Bradshaw joins him in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff. Bradshaw, and he's met in the backfield. At the feet, he was brought down by Jackson Kane. Waylon Bruce came around the corner, and also in there was Michael Sturdivant to bring him down. That was a really athletic play by Jackson Kane to break through. And it's going to be a loss of about 2 yards back to the 31-yard line. And, Kaler, I feel like I'm just being repetitive right now. This is a big play. It is 3rd down and long. Miller's got a leg. He could kick a long field goal, but I think you don't want them to get anything in this situation.
Well, I have a feeling they're not going to want to use his leg right now. I have a feeling they're going to use his hands.
It's probably a safe bet as he goes in the shotgun formation. They fake the handoff, looking to pass. They're going to throw it up the seam, and throwing end zone, and it is incomplete.
And they had it.
They had the man in there on coverage was Hunter Felty. They were intended that pass to Truitt, and it's incomplete. 4th down and long, and you're looking at about a 49-yard field goal if you're Barren County. I think they're going to keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, you're in no man's land.
That's why I think if I was Barren, I think I'd have tried to get 5 or 6
there.
there.
Yeah, because you're not going to go for it. You're not going to punt it from there. You're not going to kick it from there. Might as well take your 5 or 6 to make it manageable.
Massive play in this game with 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. The Cougars trail. Childress will roll out to pass. Down here to the near side, he looks. Now he looks back to the far side. He's got a man. It's underthrown again. Incomplete. Turnover on downs.
Okay, we just caught a huge break.
Breaking up on the play. In there was Grayson Chaffins to break it up. And Kaler, the defense holds.
They did.
And I will take it. That is a 13-play drive for Barren County that ends up with 0 points.
And that's a win for the defense. And we caught a huge break because on that 4th down to the near side, they had a receiver wide open, just running down the field, and the quarterback didn't even look at him.
Kaler, you know what I think they should do right now? Would be really good? Score a touchdown.
That's I think they should try that sometime.
You think, can you go down and tell Brian Jones that I said, hey, score a touchdown? Maybe that would help right now.
Not right now.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't appreciate that from me right now. There's a timeout on the field. We'll take it with him. 14-0. Cougars trail. 6 minutes to go here in the first half. This is Cougar football on K105.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC.
Grayson County gets a turnover on downs from Barren County, and they'll have the ball placed on their own 31-yard line. They trail the Trojans 14-0, 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker with you on the call here tonight. And Kaylor, this is a big drive here for Grayson, and we got a shotgun all alone. Felty in the backfield with 3 to the right and 1 here to the near side, and at the last second, somebody's going to check in and join Felty in the backfield. I was going to say, I'm not sure I've ever seen the Cougars go 5 wide with nobody in the backfield. Did you ever do that last season? We did a couple of times. It doesn't come to mind. Slant throwing complete at the 40-yard line. Turning upfield at the 50, 45-40, and bringing down into Grayson County territory. A big play for Grayson Chaffins.
And that's probably going to be there all night with how they play it. That slant window is going to be huge. And if you hit it on time and you can hit Grayson or anybody who's catching it on the run, that's 15 to 20 extra yards per
No
pop.
huddle, 28 yards on the run on the pass completion. Felty will keep it himself on the read option. He tries to turn. Now he's going to throw. It is complete at the 40-yard line. Oh, dropped at the last second.
That was almost incredible.
I was going to say, I actually kind of liked that decision, though, by Hunter Felty. He had the man. He had nothing going in the backfield. We had a couple whistles blown on the far side. I'm not sure after the play. Did Cougar hurt on the far side?
I don't know what happened.
He's sending one of the officials is sending somebody, but Grayson Chaffins on the long pass completion. That's the longest of his career. Chaffins last year, I think, only had 1 catch.
I think it was against Owensboro.
And I think you're correct.
It was in the playoffs.
And last week he had 1 catch as well. So, I mean, he combines for more yardage on his first catch tonight than he did in his first 2 of his career. And I mean, he had 1 man to beat, and it'd have been pay dirt.
Yep.
And I love it. That's a play that can shift the momentum in this game. And I also loved the no huddle.
Yeah. Have a big play. Just keep going. Get them off rhythm.
Because Barren defense, for the most part, has been able to do whatever they wanted.
They've just been able to just stuff us all night. And if you can get them no huddle, you don't give them that opportunity to get set up.
Felty is in the shotgun formation. He's being joined in the backfield by, is that Conrad Raymond?
I think that is Conrad.
Being joined to his right. 2 wide receivers on each side faking the handoff. It's going to be right up the middle. Goes Felty. He has a hole across the 35. He gets outside the numbers. Slips a tackle at the 30. Oh, no, I was watching a blocker. I thought he kept going. It was one of the blockers that came through. Felty got near, though, the first down marker.
Now, Jaron had a wonderful downfield block there. He was taking that safety and just driving them.
And waiting on the official signal. First down, Cougars to the 29-yard line, or the 31-yard line, rather. That's enough for a first down. And this drive is moving here for Grayson to try and answer. 5 minutes and 10 seconds to play here in the first half. It is 14-0 Barren.
That's what one defensive stop does. One big play, one stop. It completely changes the momentum and the energy of the team.
First down and 10. Grayson now slowing it down. Barren County band warming up on the far side of the field. Nothing like some scales to try and warm up an offense, and whistle is blown before that snap.
I think we have a timeout because the play clock was about to hit 0.
Timeout on the field taken. We haven't seen the official signal from the official. It is a timeout taken by Grayson County. I want to invite you to stay tuned at halftime of tonight's game. We will have our Cougar Conversations segment as tonight's We're going to talk to the Lady Cougar soccer team, and we're going to learn about senior defender Elizabeth Lindsay. And one of the questions that we're going to ask Elizabeth Kaler, I know you're excited for this, of her teammates, if one of them had to host their own reality TV show, who would be able to successfully do it? And she did not even think twice. Immediately a name came to mind, and I like it. And that's the good old radio tease of what you get to look forward to at halftime as we approach the 10 o'clock hour, the witching hour in Glasgow. As a timeout was taken on the floor here, or on the field by Grayson County. And you're starting to see, though, on this drive, though, Kaler, some more movement for Grayson.
And it was like this last week. We started off really slow, sloppy, and suddenly we get a stop and a big play, and something magically sparks on the offensive side.
Score update to bring you Grayson County's opponent next week. McLean County all over Breckenridge County tonight. 56-0 is the final score. That game was happening in Calhoun. Cougars have a tough game next week against McLean. They're a tough bunch. You know that as well as anybody, Kaler, that was a heck of a ball game last season. Out of the timeout, first down and 10 for Grayson. Ball placed in the Barren County 31-yard line. The Cougars trail by 2 scores at 14-0. 4:52 to go here in the first half. Felty in the shotgun formation. He catches the snap on his left hip. He's looking to scramble, gets away. No, he does not. He's dropped in the backfield. In there on the sack for Barren County's Braxton Carnes.
And that's what we like to call a drive killer.
As that is a loss of 13 yards back to the 44-yard line. And that's kind of tough to, what does Felty do in that situation?
I mean, they had 4 verticals. I mean, I really didn't see anything that he could get out now. And especially with all the pressure in his face, you're not going to throw it blind 20, 25 yards down the field, especially in the middle.
It'll be second down and long, and I think this is probably where you're going to get into screen territory for Grayson.
Yeah, if you're either getting into screen territory or draw territory, one of those two.
In the shotgun formation, Conrad Raymond to the right of the quarterback, Felty. Fakes the handoff. Felty's going to keep it himself, right side, and there is nothing there. Maybe 1 yard on the read option, read run on the quarterback keeper. He might have gotten it to the 43-yard line. And they are officially going to give him 1 on the run. 3 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in this quarter. Grayson County trails Barren County 14-0. And this is tough for Grayson.
It is, because you had a really good drive going. Then one play set you back 13, 14 yards, and now you're in a very tough spot. And I would suspect a screen here.
And we got a false start called against the Cougars. This play is going to come back. It's a screen over to the far side. It is complete. At the 40-yard line goes Van Meter. The play should have been blown dead because it was a false start.
And Hunter has to learn. He has to look around, make sure everybody's set for a second before he snaps the ball. He's trying to rush.
So this play will end up coming back, and we'll do it one more time. Dead ball, false start will be the call.
Legal shift penalty against Grayson.
Oh, legal shift. I thought it was a false start.
You can't decline. Oh, it was a legal shift. Okay, so they can't decline it.
So they do decline it.
A legal shift does. A legal shift they can let play out.
So they end up letting it play out, and it goes down to the 39-yard line. So you get 4 yards of the play. It'll be 4th down and long, and this is again in no man land here for Grayson. And I don't know what you do here. The ball's placed at the 39-yard line. You have to get the ball to the 21. So it's 4th down and 18. Go trips to the near side, 1 here to the right side. This is where you'd love to have Aiden Miller on your team.
Yes, you would.
Timeout is blown, taken here by Barren County with 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Tommy Muse, the head coach for Barren County, was going to take the timeout there, and Muse is in his second season as the helm of the Barren County program. 3-9 is his record. As he was an assistant at Barren County since 2007, he's also served as an assistant coach at Warren Central and also at Edmondson County. As speaking of Edmondson County, I hadn't seen a final score come through from that game, as we'll try to bring that to you right now as we're talking. A couple of other final scores. Hart County won against McCreary Central in our opener tonight, 56-15. McLean County beats Breckenridge County 56-0. Warren East all over Ohio County 47-0. Owensboro defeats Apollo 62-18. Paducah Tillman defeats Graves County 25-7. That's some of the district rundown of some of the games that we have going on, as we'll try to look up and see a final score from Butler County against Edmondson County. And, of course, as I'm trying to kill time and as it's happening, my laptop decides that it wants to drive really, really slow. We'll try to kill time as it goes. Maybe not. Maybe I'll try it this way. It's great radio, isn't it, Kaylor?
It is.
It's great radio. And, of course, nothing. Okay. We're looking here to see if I can't see. The final score, 35-6. Butler County defeats Edmondson County. The Cougars will see the Bears here in a couple of weeks.
And with how many screens we've ran at them, I would not be surprised if we don't try to run a fake screen here.
It'll be 4th down and long for Grayson County. They need to get the ball to the 21-yard line. Felty in the shotgun formation. He steps up, rolls out to the far side of the field. He's going to let it fly, and it is out of bounds. He had a man, but it was thrown out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover on downs. And the drive that looked great to start for Grayson does not end great.
Nope. And that one sack really killed it.
Barren County's going to get the ball with 2 minutes and 40 seconds and 2 timeouts to work with. This ball is officially going to be placed on the Grayson County, or the Barren County 39-yard line. See if the defense has another stop in them here in this first half of play.
Yeah, that'll be huge.
Trotting onto the field late comes Donovan Bradshaw. Cougars have not had an answer for him whatsoever. Bradshaw lines up behind Childress. Man in motion, shifts down here to the near side. Handoff Bradshaw. He's contacted in the backfield and brought down for a loss. Jackson Kane in there again. Kane is playing himself a great second quarter here.
Especially on the D-line. I mean, he's not had really a chance to kick, but on the D-line, he has been extremely good and surprising.
And I'm sure if you're Kevin Ember, you always need defensive linemen.
You do.
And Jackson's a big guy.
He is.
He's also the goalkeeper for the soccer team. And Barren County's going to go in the shotgun formation as we approach the 2-minute mark. Faking the handoff, looking to screen. Now Childress is going to scramble, runs into his offensive lineman, and he's going to be dropped for a loss in the backfield.
That's a great read out there by the corner. He had to pull that down because if he threw that, that was probably going back the other way. And it forced the pull down.
Michael Sturdivant, I think, or Sawyer Drake was in there on the tackle. They gave it to Ryan Keys, but I don't think Ryan Keys is here tonight.
He's not here.
He's not here tonight. And you know what? I don't put it past Ryan Keys to maybe get a tackle.
I think he might, honestly.
He's probably here somewhere. Knowing Ryan Keys, he's got to be in the building somewhere.
He could.
I mean, but then again, I can't talk anything because last year I gave a tackle to Cole Snyder in a game that he was not in the game either. So I can't talk that much. It's hard. Misdirection handoff up the middle and diving forward. Grayson County can't stop the clock. Dakota Wade on the run is going to be stopped short of the first down marker. It's going to be 4th down and 4. And be interesting here for Barren. It's 4th and manageable. You're running the ball well. 9 yards there on the run. A minute to go. Kaylor, I think I go for this.
I would go for this, especially,
they're not thinking twice. They're going for it.
You get the ball coming out of half.
Under center. This would be a huge stop for the Grayson County defense. We got some misdirection. I think they might be trying to get the Cougars to jump off sides. They're going to call a timeout here as the clock ticks all the way down. And I don't dislike that call either, though. Decision by Tommy Muse. You're up 14-0. Don't let anything silly happen. Let's see if they will snap it here. 3-2, and the timeout comes. And a penalty flag comes.
That's going to be on.
I think
it might be on them.
I think he's putting it back in. I think he was pulling it out to get ready to call the delay of game.
I think they called a timeout.
I think it was an anticipation. So it is a timeout taken by Barren County, 39.9 seconds. And I don't mind that decision there by Barren County. But I think, Kaylor, if it's up to me, I put all alone on the line and I bring it L.
Yes, I'm aggressive, so I would try to, if I felt like I had them against the wall, I'm going to go for the kill shot. Because if you score here and then you get the ball coming out of half, and honestly, our offense hasn't done anything to them, so I'm okay with giving them the ball back.
What I'm saying right now is I think if I'm Grayson, I'm going punt block all the way. I'm putting all 11. I'm not even putting anybody back to return it. Because right now, if they kick it deep and you return it, you're probably not going to get a long return, and you have no timeouts. You're probably not going to be able to drive the length of the field. And that's why I am bringing everybody. Because if you get a block, it's a brand-new game.
It is.
And I think Barren County is expecting that, but looks like more of a punt safe for Grayson, at least how they're lining up. Van Meter is back deep at his 25-yard line. It wasn't a good snap, but it is a good punt. Van Meter's going to catch it back at the 15-yard line, slips a tackle there, but down at about the 17, and that is where Grayson County is going to get the ball, and Aiden Miller's got himself a heck of a boot.
Yes, he does.
32.2 on the clock. Ball's going to be placed back at the 17-yard line of Grayson, and do you just take a knee and get to halftime, Kaler, or do you try one play?
I'd say give it a play, and then
because you're in a dangerous situation here that you got to be very smart because it's pick six territory.
It is, and I don't think he's going to throw a play that would have a high risk of it. I think he might be looking for a screen or a fake screen, to where if you are throwing a pick, it's going to be really deep down the field.
They're waiting, and Felty is going to rejoin the huddle right now.
Well, they've got to hurry up. They only got about 10 seconds left.
On the clock, 32.2 on the clock. Grayson County trails 13-0. Now there's 6 on the play clock. Grayson's got to get this snapped. 3, 2, 1, just ahead. It was not a great snap. Felty gets it, slips a tackle in the backfield. He's going to run away from one man, and he is going to run. Did he get out of bounds? I think, no, he did not. The official said he did not, right in front of the Grayson County bench. And he is going to be, it's going to be a loss of the play anyways, and I think, Kayla, that'll take us into halftime.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to try anything else after that.
That is going to be a loss of a couple of yards on the play for Grayson, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. The score is Barren County 14, Grayson County 0. This is Cougar football right here on K105.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Barren County High School, where Grayson County trails the Trojans of Barren County 14-0 at the half. And Sam Gormley and Kaler Decker with you as this is the halftime show. And Kaler, I think if you're Brian Jones, at least let me see if I can be the coach. And you know Brian Jones better than I do, but I think this is probably what he's thinking, making the walk over to or towards behind the field goal post. He's probably thinking, 1, thank goodness that half is over.
Yes.
2, that did not go well.
Yeah.
3, thank goodness we're only down 2 scores.
Yes.
And I think probably those 3 things are running through his head. You know him very well. What's his message right now to his team?
I'd say right now it's more we have to get our energy up and our physicality up, because they have not looked very physical whatsoever. And you can tell, because Barren is a very physical team, and if you give them the opportunity to run all over you, they're going to take it, and that's what Barren has really done to us the whole first half.
And that's really been the story of the half. Grayson was lucky. They did get 2 stops in the second quarter. I mean, that 13-play drive that Barren County didn't get any points on, I mean, if they punch that in, that's huge.
It is.
And they didn't end up doing it, and you know what? That can be a huge play, but if you're Grayson, you're going to have to get a stop to start the second half, and I think you're also going to have to find a way to, I mean, listen, obviously, I mean, I'm talking clear obviouses here. You got to score.
Yeah, offense has been non-existent. I mean, everything we've been trying to do has been blown up. The Hunter's getting pressured. The screen game's been getting blown up. I mean, everything that they game planned for is not working, and we're not executing it at all.
Coming up in our halftime show, we will, coming up next, we will have, we'll run down some scores from around the region, and we'll also have our Cougar Conversations segment. So it'll be our rundown of scores from around the region coming up next. This is Cougar football right here on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind, and when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
Welcome back here to Barren County High School, where the Cougars trail this one at the half 14-0, and the Barren County band has been waiting to get ready, and it's been a while for them to get rolling. Sounds like they might be getting ready to get going. While that, we'll take a couple of score updates to bring you. Earlier tonight here at Barren County High School, Hart County all over McCreary Central 56-15. Butler County, not here at Barren County High School, defeated Edmondson County 35-6. McLean County all over Breckenridge County 56-0. Warren East defeated Ohio County 47-0. Owensboro defeated Apollo 62-18. Paducah Tillman over Graves County 25-7. We'll try to see if we can't find another score update or two to bring you. Warren Central, they picked up their first win, snapped the 61-game losing streak last week. They fall tonight, though, to Trigg County 49-26. Bardstown defeats John Hardin 51-0. That is a final score. Madisonville North Hopkins over Caldwell County 39-7. Final in that one. Let's see what we can't do. I know my shameless plug that nobody cares about except for me, but guess what, Kaylor? I'm running the broadcast, so I can give whatever score update I want to. And the Cooper Jaguars picked up a win tonight against Dixie Heights. It was a shootout, like 41-36 or something we saw earlier.
In the 40s.
You gotta love it when the Jags pick up a win. Coop Squad, shout out to the Jaguars there as they were playing up in, I guess it was at Dixie Heights tonight, and good to see the Cougars pick up a win. And one more score update to have you: Spencer County defeats Bullitt East 19-16 is the final score. That game, Greene County over Nelson County 34-29. Those are some of the scores that are coming in. Grayson County, though, trails Barren County 14-0. When we come back, we'll talk to Elizabeth Lindsay for Cougar Conversations. This is Cougar Football on K105.
Boston Center, Team U, we have a problem here. We have a hijacked aircraft headed towards New York.
I am monitoring a call in which Flight 11, the flight attendant is advising our residents.
That was our if not me, then who moment. The 9/11 Heroes Run, it's about remembering other people. It's a moment to get out there and be a part of something a little bit bigger than yourself.
There's an epidemic of hearing loss in the world today. 1.1 billion young people worldwide are at risk from listening too loud and too long, and up to 1 in 4 U.S. adults show signs of noise-induced hearing loss. It's happening because the world is noisy, and blasting your headphones only makes it worse. Here's what you can do. Give your ears a rest. Just like your body, they need breaks too. And when you rock out, and we all do, Be smart and carry ear protection. Let's make earplugs cool. So, listen up, people. When the world turns it up to 11, lower it to 6. Because hearing things we love is one of the greatest gifts of life. And once it's gone forever. You're never too young or too old to take care of your ears.
Welcome back to the Halftime Show on K105. Sam Gormley with you for another edition of our Cougar Conversations. Today, we head to the pitch for Lady Cougar Soccer senior defender Elizabeth Lindsay. And Elizabeth, the first question I wanted to get to you, and I asked Hunter Felty this earlier in the season as well, and it was based on this is now your senior season. Your freshman season was normal. Your sophomore season was anything but normal. Your junior season was kind of a little bit of both, but now you get that sense of normalcy for senior year. How much better does it feel to have that as a senior compared to what you've had to go through over the past couple of years?
It feels way better, like getting to play with everybody and not having to worry about staying like 6 feet apart or actually like getting to like shake hands at the end of a game is so much better than not being able to do any of that. And we actually like haven't canceled any games this time for COVID, so like we actually get that work in that we need.
You've had a lot of really good teammates, I know, over your previous 4 years, and a lot of really talented teammates as well. I know a couple that just come to mind off the top of my head. I mean, Jillian Johnston, a phenomenal striker. Ellie Evans, who I think could outrun everybody on the field. Not only just those two, but what did you learn from some of the older players that mentored you when you were a younger Lady Cougar?
I learned that like it's all about teamwork. Like you can hit as many goals as like anybody else, but like you have to have that teamwork. Jillian knew like when she needed to pass. Ellie knew that finding the open man is always better than just going towards the goal. That's just something that like you have to build on, and building that bond between like everybody else on the field is always better.
Now that you have the opportunity to lead some of the younger players, what else are you trying to teach them for the future of this program?
I'm trying to teach them mostly communication. If you can't communicate with the others out there, there's not really much you can do. You have to tell them like if there's a man on their back, or you have to tell them like when they need to slide or step, and knowing that communication is a big part of the teamwork like we talked about.
Are you someone who likes to make either personal goals or team goals, and if so, what are they?
I make some personal goals for myself, like not lunging because that I do a lot, but I also make team goals, like getting the back line to move together and be one unit, because most of the time our games are defensive games. We might have a chance to go on the offensive once or twice, but most of the time it's all about the defense and working as like a team and getting it to where, you know, we know when somebody's sliding, we don't have to communicate it. That's a big goal.
Your team has an opportunity to get back to the regional tournament this year. What do you need to do over these next couple of weeks before the big district tournament games to get to that point?
We really need to just work on a big part is the communication. I mean, we can send the ball up, but if we don't tell like somebody to run for it, or we don't tell like call who it's supposed to be going to, they won't be able to make that run. And another big thing we need to work on is like just staying together. I feel like a lot of us are getting lost in the middle of the game and not knowing what to do, but if we just stick together and stay in our formation, we'll be fine.
Now, this next little part is, again, probably later on in the season, I'll be creative and I'll find a more creative name, but since that point, maybe not. Maybe you'll have one, and sure, that could be an answer to the question as well, but it's kind of a speed round. So I'm going to kind of ask you some really quick questions and just give me really quick answers, so it'll be pretty simple. What's your favorite memory as a Lady Cougar?
Probably Michaela, like taking the ball to the head. It's a very terrible memory, but it's the best one.
What's your favorite class?
English.
Who's your favorite teacher that you've ever had?
Miss Conder.
Miss Conder. Now, is she an English teacher? I'm not from Grayson County.
She's a science teacher.
Science teacher. Are you superstitious before a game?
Yes.
Do you care to share, or is that too superstitious to share?
I don't have anything to share about it. I just am.
You just are. Okay, I respect it. Is there a show that you love to binge watch?
No.
No, not a binge watcher? I'm not really either. Where do you want to go to college? What do you want to study?
I don't know where I want to go to college, but I do want to study physical therapy.
Physical therapy. Of your teammates, who's most likely to be president?
Piper.
Piper. Who's the best dancer?
Kelsey.
Who's the most likely to win American Idol?
Kinsey.
I like that there's actually an answer to that. The football team had no one, accordingly. And could any of your teammates have their own reality TV show?
Allie Joe.
I like it. Elizabeth, thank you. Good luck the rest of the season. Hopefully it's a nice and long one and successful one for the Lady Cougars. That is Elizabeth Lindsay, a senior defender for Grayson County. The halftime show continues here in just a moment.
Oh, that stupid controller froze again.
Spending less money,
I was wondering if you guys wanted me. OMG, it's McGruff.
Yes, I am.
He's not my Uncle McGruff the crime dog. He's a fake.
Oh! I am McGruff the crime dog. He is the fake, and so is that controller you're holding. It's gonna break. Let's take a bite out of crime together.
Who says you're not the fake?
Dude, you're literally missing it out.
You are smart kids.
You're smart.
Floodwaters in eastern Kentucky have destroyed homes and businesses, displaced families, devastated communities, and claimed the lives of our fellow Kentuckians. Radio and television stations across the Commonwealth have united as one voice to help our fellow Kentuckians in need. Please consider supporting the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund today. Simply go to kba.org and click the Donate Now button. This message of hope is provided by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403-246.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Barren County High School, where Grayson County trails Barren County 14-0 at the half. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker with you. Quickly running down the first half scoring. Luckily, when it's only 14-0, Kaylor, it's pretty easy to do. 3-yard touchdown run by Will Childress, the Barren County starting quarterback. And then Childress found Miller for a 27-yard touchdown as well. That makes it 14-0, and that is the scoring. And, Kaylor, we're getting close here. The Cougars back out onto the field. What do you want to see in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter to see if the Cougars will pick up a win?
I want to see a new energy, like a new team. I want to see some physicality that they've not showed. I want to see energy. They've been looked flat and dead all night. I just want to see almost a new team, not necessarily from the X's and O's standpoint, but more from the mental part.
Is this one of these situations, and I know that there have been sports, and it's easy for me to say because I don't know your team, where somebody in that locker room, whether it's Michael Wood, whether it's Jaron Van Meter, whether it's Grayson Chafin, steps up and says, I've had enough. Let's wake up and let's go out there and lay a hit on somebody.
That's exactly what it has to be. And if it's contagious, it really is. If you get one, it's going to spread to the other, and then eventually it'll just eventually spread to the whole team. And if you can get that to happen, you have a much better chance in this game.
Is there somebody down there that would do that?
Michael is definitely one to do it. Waylon is definitely one to do it. Hunter is going to do it. And that, if you have your leaders who are typically your skill kids, your seniors, it'll spread to the rest of the team.
Second half is next, 14-0. Grayson County trails Barren. This is Cougar football on K105.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Barren County High School, where you get ready to start the second half of action. Grayson County trails the Trojans 14-0. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker with you on the call tonight. The Cougars will be kicking off to start the second half. And Kaylor, can I be Nostradamus here? Onside kick. Jackson Kane on the turf last year at Muhlenberg County.
He was extremely good on the turf last year, I will say that. And turf, I mean, it kind of
just get a bounce.
It bounces a lot easier because there's a lot less grass. It's just more sliding and hard. And
what do you think? Am I crazy in saying that?
I don't think you are, because they're.
I had to whisper because they might be listening.
Yeah, they might be.
I heard they had a radio down there. See that guy in the blue shirt that just stood up? He was listening on the radio. He's probably we got to make sure he doesn't look up at us.
Oh, yeah, he's pulling a Belichick.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly what they're doing. As a Bengals fan, I can say that because they had to watch to beat the lowly Bengals that year.
Highly doubt that.
Tell you what, the way this formation is coming out, though, Kaylor.
It's looking more and more like it.
Let's see if I'm Nostradamus right here.
But I'd say he wants to go to the right with this because that's where your Flyers are.
Let's see if that's what Jackson Kane will do to start here the third quarter of action. Grayson trails 14-0. I don't know. We'll see what he does. It's on the ground. It takes a high bounce. Barren County's going to grab it, though, at the 40-yard line, fall backwards at the 38. And it was like in between.
Yeah, it was more of a squib.
Don't get me started on the squib kick, Kaylor. Don't get me started. There is nothing that drives me crazier than a squib kick. I don't know why. It just drives me crazy. I don't need to get on my rant. You don't want to hear it.
I'm kind of intrigued now.
Although it is 10:30 at night on a Friday night. Hopefully this game stays close, because if not, I might go on my rants. I've got plenty of things to get off my chest. First play of the half is going to be a handoff to Barren right side, and it is actually Wade on the run. And Rito was on the run there, and Dalton Russell was in there on the tackle for Grayson, and it'll be a pickup of about 5 yards on the run. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball is placed on the Barren County 44-yard line. Cougars trail 14-0, 11.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter of action. Grayson needs a stop on defense. Handoff Bradshaw up the middle. He's got the 1st down and more across the 50. Keeps the legs moving across the 45, and he's down near the 40. Bradshaw on the run picks up 16 yards. That's another 1st down for Barren County. And Kaylor, it looks like exactly what we saw in the first half.
Yes. Them going right up the gut and kind of imposing their will as they please.
Right now, Barren County is doing what Grayson did to Edmondson in the second half and pretty much saying, stop me.
Yep. And they didn't stop us. And we kind of have to buck up and stop them.
It'll be the eye this time. Childress under center. Bradshaw's the fullback. It'll be a handoff. Nope. Keeping it. Now throwing it down the field. Wide open. Throwing. It is caught at the 10, and he'll go in to the end zone. Touchdown. Bray Booley. Booley pulls it in, and Barren County leads 20-0. There are no penalty flags on the play.
I will have to compliment that quarterback. That was a great play fake.
It fooled me. 40-yard touchdown from Childress to Booley. And the Trojans now lead 20-0. And, Kaylor, that's not the start you wanted in the third quarter.
No, the only good part about that is they didn't take too much time off the clock, so you have time to score. But you still wanted to kind of get momentum on your side coming out of the half.
Aiden Miller to attempt the extra point for Barren County, the right-footed kicker. It's a little high snap. It's long enough. and it spins through the uprights. 21-0, 10:50 to go in the third quarter. Barren leads Grayson. This is Cougar football on K105.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
Floodwaters in eastern Kentucky have destroyed homes and businesses, displaced families, devastated communities, and claimed the lives of our fellow Kentuckians. Radio and television stations across the Commonwealth have united as one voice to help our fellow Kentuckians in need. Please consider supporting the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund today. Simply go to kba.org and click the Donate Now button. This message of hope is provided by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
Barren County leads Grayson County 21-0. 10 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. It'll be Aiden Miller to kick deep to Grayson County. The Trojans answered in a big way. 3 plays to go 61 yards, and it finishes with a 40-yard touchdown from Childress to Booley. And the short kick is picked up at the 10-yard line by Van Meter. He takes it right up the middle across the 20, up across the 30-yard line. Decent return by Van Meter. Give him about 23 yards on the run up to the 33-yard line, and that is where Grayson County is going to start their first drive of the second half. And Kaler, their drives, that drive in the third quarter was their best one, but it was primarily based on one play, and then the sack ended it.
And that one's kind of misleading because you had that one play, but other than that play, they really didn't do anything.
Grayson County will have the ball on their own 33-yard line. First down and 10 minutes and 43 seconds left here in the third quarter. I think, Kaler, it's fair to say this is a must-score drive for Grayson County.
It is, and it's not just 3 points. You need 7.
Under center in the I formation goes Hunter Felty. And it is going to be I think it was a triple option, but some miscommunication, and Conrad Raymond, I think, ended up taking it. Or no, Felty ended up keeping it, as there was some miscommunication there on the handoff, and that's probably part of it, that Conrad Raymond doesn't get in the backfield a lot, and communication's key back there.
Especially when you're running the option, you'll get a feel for when he's let off and you can pull. And if you're not used to who's back there, it becomes very tricky.
Looks like they'll only have a loss of 1 yard, which I thought it was going to be a little bit more than that, so it'll be second down and 11. And Kaler, one of your keys to the game was to run the option to counter the aggressive defensive line and use the screen game, and Grayson's not been successful in doing either one of those.
Nope, they haven't, and they've kind of blown it up before either of them could get started.
Felty to pass, 3-step drop, and he's blown up immediately in the backfield as he was met there on the play by Cody Rito for the sack. And it's a huge loss for Grayson, back now to the 23-yard line. And Kaler, this game is going from bad to worse in a hurry.
And that was a screen right there, but the line is actually supposed to hold for about 1 to 2 seconds. I don't think they held for even 1 there, and Hunter kind of paid for the price for that one.
9 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It is 21-0. Grayson County trails Barren County. Third down and 19 officially. Cougars are going backwards a lot tonight. I don't even know that they have positive yards of offense. In the shotgun goes Felty. Barren County is showing blitz up the middle. High snap. Felty's able to get it. He's going to try and scramble and do something. He gets away from 2 Barren County men. Throws it up the field, and it is incomplete. Waiting on the sideline to try and make a play on that ball was Michael Wood. But it is incomplete. 4th down and long, and I think you got to punt, don't you, Kaler?
You do, especially at this point. I mean, you're at the 24-yard line. I mean, you're just
4th down and 19.
Yeah, I mean, you're begging for them to score again. And even whenever we're dropping back to pass, they're getting pressure from that left side so quick. Hunter's running for his life. He doesn't even have time to read.
It'll be Jackson Kane to punt. He's had a couple good ones in this game. Let's see what he can't do. Barren County looks like they're bringing the house. They do. Kane gets it off. It is a sky-high punt. Hang time is perfect. takes a Grayson County bounce, but it is not going to end up being a good punt as it's down at about the line or the first down marker, the 44-yard line. You can give him 20 yards on the punt for Jackson Kane, and Barren County is going to get good field position.
Yep, I would say majority of their drives have started in our field position.
I'll be able to tell you that here in 1 second once I write this down as the ball's placed on the Grayson County 44-yard line. As they've started their drives, Grayson 46, Grayson 48, Barren 28, Barren 39. Barren 39, and now here's a big run for Bradshaw. He slips the tackle at the 30. He's inside the red zone, down to near the 15-yard line, and the Barren County Trojans are about to punch in another touchdown.
Yes, they are, and we just look like we're starting to feel sorry for ourselves at this point.
Down to the 16-yard line, Bradshaw on the run. You can give him 28 yards and a first down, Trojans. This is a disappointing performance for Grayson. There's still a lot of time left. A lot can happen. You can still get a turnover or something as there's a handoff up the middle. Bradshaw, he slips one tackle, bounces off another. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. 16-yard touchdown by Bradshaw, and it is 27-0. And the Cougar faithful, you could hear a pin drop on their sideline. With 8:19 to go, Barren County has punched in 2 scores in a minute and a half to double up their score, well, presumably if Aiden Miller can put this one through. Place down, kicks long enough, and it is good. 28-0, Barren County leads Grayson County. 8:19 to go in the third quarter, and Kaylor, if you were a leader in this situation, what are you telling your team?
It's one possession at a time. Don't try to get all the points back at one possession because the truth is you can't. So you have to play one possession at a time. Don't try to overdo it because you try to overdo it, you're going to make mistakes. You have to take your check downs right now. You still have about 20 minutes left to go. I mean, it's not a running clock yet. You have time. I mean, you don't have to force things yet. And yes, this is really right here where you have to score and keep it a 3-possession game.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, listen, like you said, there is a ton of time left. You got 20 minutes of clock. I mean, things can happen. Barren County is susceptible to turn the ball over.
Yes, they are.
You never know. In the way when you run the wing T offense like they can with all that misdirection, sometimes you can fool yourselves, and the ball gets on the turf.
I've seen it multiple times, and that lucky breaks happen, and you have to be prepared for those, especially.
8:19 to play in the third quarter. It is 28-0, Barren County on top. Miller to kick deep. Van Meter and Wood stand back. Van Meter stands back at the 10. Wood stands more at about the 15. Miller points at his team, and it's a line drive kick. Michael Wood is going to catch it on a low bounce at about the 12-yard line. At the 20, Wood breaks a tackle. At the 25, he's outside the numbers at the 30 to the 35, runs out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Nice return by Michael Wood. Patient return. He made sure that he found the space and was able to break it for a big one.
I will say the one thing that has looked really good tonight has been the returns. I mean, we've gotten to almost past the 30 on the majority of these, and our offense really just hadn't been able to capitalize on it.
Grayson County's going to have the ball on their own 38-yard line. I mean, Grayson started 38, 33. They started on the 17, but that was the final play of the drive. 31, 30. I mean, field position has not been the story of this. Barren County has had good field position, but it's not like Grayson County has had bad. It's not like they've been pinned inside the 20 every single drive. 8:10 to go here in the third quarter. It's 28-0. Barren County on top. High snap, Jaron Van Meter. It's a direct snap to him in the backfield. He goes up, and he's got a room across the 40, up across the 45-yard line near the 50-yard line, and Van Meter in at quarterback there, a direct snap to him. He takes it up to the 49-yard line officially, give him 11 yards on the direct snap run, and we have an injured Cougar down on the far side of the field.
Whalen.
Scott Bowman, the trainer out there. Scott, a shout out to Scott, hardest working man in Grayson County down there working, and I believe it is Waylon Bruce. I haven't been able to see a number on it.
I can tell by the gloves.
As he is being helped up right now. No, it is 66, which is Ryan Keys on my roster. So that's why Ryan Keys was given a mention. I'm not sure who has changed to number 66. I'm not sure.
Me neither. I mean, because I see him in practice jerseys, not.
It'll be first down, though, for Grayson after the run. It's up to the 49-yard line, and Van Meter.
And that was a patient run by him. I mean, that's stretch, which is an outside zone. It's meant to go outside, but it always has that opportunity for a cutback if one does open up, and he saw it and hit it.
Now, is this Jones? Will Van Meter run a little bit more in that formation, or will he go back to Felty?
Yeah, it looks like we're back in that same formation.
It is Van Meter and Felty is back. So Felty is on the right side. Van Meter is to the left side. And the Cougars are loading up the formation. Barren County showing blitz. It's another direct snap to Van Meter. Again, he slides through. This time he doesn't get any gain, but looked like he was going to be dropped for a loss on the play. And the whistle is blowing on the far side. Do we have an injury?
The helmet
Scott
came
was
off.
in there on the tackle. The helmet came out. Grayson County player's helmet did fall off on the far side of the field.
And that would be Jaron.
And it is Jaron Van Meter, so Van Meter will have to sit out of play. It'll be second down and 10 for Grayson. Ball placed. Actually, he got well, I guess they gave him about a half a yard.
Now, from what that front looked like, that's good going against that. But in this situation, the way they're being so aggressive, you have to change your snap count, whether that means go on 2 or speed it up, go on first sound. Even if you're going on 1, you can change that up, delay it, make it quicker. You can do a lot of things to mess with them.
7 minutes and 24 seconds and counting to play here in the third quarter. Another direct snap, but actually no, it's a keeper down here to the near side, space to work for Felty. He carries it and gains maybe about a yard and a half.
Yeah, at most.
It'll be third down and about 8 coming up for Grayson. 7 minutes and counting to go here in the third quarter, 28-0. Clearly 4-down territory for Grayson County, and I think the Cougars are beat up right now on that sideline.
They are.
They got battling some injuries.
Sickness. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. And majority of your injuries are up front.
Felty and Van Meter in the backfield. Direct snap to Van Meter. Tries to find space to work on the right side. He had nowhere to go. He's drugged down high. That was nearly a face mask, Kaler, as it came down very high on Van Meter. And part of that, though, is just since Van Meter's so small that every tackle is going to be high on him.
It's hard to get low, I will say that.
And that is going to be a loss of 4 yards. It'll be fourth down and about 13 for Grayson. 6 minutes and 10 seconds. We approach 10:40 p.m. here local time in Glasgow. You can hear the cicadas in the woods on the far side chirping away. They're not used to having games this late either. Whistle blown. We're going to have a timeout taken here by Brian Jones with 5:54 to go in this third quarter of play. Grayson County is going to hit the road again next week. They will travel to McLean County. That'll be a 7 o'clock, thankfully, start time. We no longer have the 1 a.m. start time that it feels like tonight. That's what time it is, right? I don't know. It's been a long week, and we're running on fumes. And if somebody wants to send us a pot of coffee up here, I won't turn it down if anybody's listening. Maybe that Barren County coach is listening still, right? Where is he? Is he down there somewhere,
I'll see him by the quarterback, yeah.
Maybe he's telling the quarterback, saying, hey, those Grayson County radio guys, they'd like a cup of coffee. Chase Blaine, our director tonight, would you like a cup as well?
Hey, quarterback to
He
quarterback,
says no.
I think I might be able to get him up here.
There you go, yeah. Let's see if he can help us out. Maybe he's got connections at the concession stand, and I don't know if they got any coffee. It was a little warm before this game.
I've never actually drank coffee.
You've never had a cup of coffee?
Not
Really?
once.
Chase says he hasn't either. Wow. I mean, wow. That's impressive. I don't drink coffee a lot by any means, but have you had tea?
Sweet tea.
No, you've never had tea. Okay. You've never had a cup of, like, English breakfast hot tea?
No, I typically eat like oatmeal in the morning or Pop-Tart and chocolate milk.
Oatmeal or Pop-Tart and a chocolate milk. There you go. That's the breakfast of champions right there.
Hey, it worked.
It did. It did. 28-0 here. Barren County leads Grayson County, as it will be 4th down and 12 for the Cougars. They need to get the ball to the Barren 41-yard line. And it is a direct snap to Van Meter. He bobbles it. He's looking to pass. He's looking to scramble. He's got nowhere to go. Just dumps it off. It's going to be a turnover on downs. And Barren County's going to get the football back.
And I'd say if they score again, they're probably going to go for that 2-point conversion.
Try and put on the running clock.
Get the running clock.
5:47 to go in the third quarter. The ball is placed on the Grayson County 47-yard line. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker with you the call tonight. Your K105 Digital Productions crew is Director Chase Blaine and camera operator extraordinaire Alex Cook. Hardest working man for K105. It's clearly not me. Handoff by Childress to Bradshaw. Nice tackle coming in low to grab him by Van Meter. And Kaylor, you've been talking about that against Bradshaw especially. Hit him low.
Get low. I mean, they can't run without their legs. I mean, we've tried to been hit high all game, and it obviously has not worked.
That's a hot take by you there. They can't run without their legs.
I mean,
it's a hot take.
I mean, it's simple anatomy. And
it is.
If I hit somebody low and they continue to run on their arms, I'm just going to, you know what, you win.
3 yards on the gain. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Got like an offset I formation a little bit here. Bradshaw's the fullback. They'll fake it to him. They'll give it to Rito, and he's got a big hole left side. 40, 35, 30. He's got a blocker in front of him. 25, 20 outside the numbers. Continuing the legs moving, and a late tackle brought down out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. And Rito just kept going and going and going, and that's exactly what he did. Kinney in there on the tackle for Grayson.
This game, in a lot of ways, reminds me of Hancock County.
And a very, very, very late penalty comes flying in on the far side. I mean, it just was thrown. I'm not sure if a Grayson County player was saying something to one of the officials, because that was where the official was thrown. Michael Wood was the player closest to the official.
Well, I mean, he's coming out, so I'm going to assume so.
I mean, and I can say this, Kaylor. The officials are not the reason this game is 28.
No, they're not. This game is showing a very close resemblance to Hancock County, where they're just pounding the ball, and they are going absolutely crazy, and they're going to make you stop it.
And here's the thing that worries me, Kaylor. You think Barren County is good at running the ball? Who you got next week?
McLean. They're pretty good at it.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
And they got some hosses, too.
Oh, yeah.
Mosey,
yep.
A couple of their other names are escaping me right now, but they can really run the ball. It is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and presumably that is on Michael Wood, and I'm sure Brian Jones is not going to be happy with that.
Especially that's one of your senior leaders, and I will say Michael does have a tendency to get a little hot-headed, but you have to know.
As do I. I can admit that.
You have to know whenever it's out of your hands, and you have to talk with your pads. That's what I've always been taught.
Ball's going to move down to the 10-yard line. Kaylor, you can just ask, there's a certain official, shall remain nameless. He knew how to punch my buttons, and now they're going to talk this over. I'm not really sure what this is going, but I guess I can talk a little bit about this because, you know what, it is almost 11 o'clock. This game is not necessarily close, and, you know, we're starting to get a little crazy here. And there was one official that during a softball game, first year we did K105 Digital Productions, didn't necessarily agree with us broadcasting. And some camera locations he wasn't a fan of, despite the rules saying we were good. Here comes the official. He's going to try and say something else. No, he's just going to first down. Yes, we knew that.
Okay. Yep.
We knew that it was first down.
Yep, that made sense.
Official. Okay. It was first down before that play. It'll be a handoff, left side, spinning away out of the tackle, breaking 3 tackles and going into the end zone on the far side of the field is Barren County.
That's just bad tackling all the way around. I mean, we had him in the backfield twice, and he still scored.
I believe that was Alex Reagan on the run. He might be related to David. And that is a first down. I don't know if you got that joke too, Kaylor, but that was for Chase Blaine, our director tonight. And looks like Barren County is going to go for it. You're welcome. 4 minutes and 48 seconds to play in the third quarter. Barren County's going to go for two. If they do, it will be a running clock situation for the remainder of tonight's game. It is going to be a handoff. Bradshaw, and he got it. That's a two-point conversion. Barren County leads 36-0 with 4 minutes and 48 seconds to go here in the third quarter. This is Cougar football on K105.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
Grayson County trails 36-0, 4 minutes and 48 seconds to play here in the third quarter. We'll be in a running clock situation. We'll talk a little bit more about what those rules state here in just a few moments. As we'll have to look, the last time Grayson County was running clocked against a team not named Owensboro, Graves, Bowling Green, or South Warren. I'm going to have to do some math, Kaylor, and that's a little tough. Van Meter's going to catch this kickoff back at about the 10-yard line. He's up across the 20-yard line, and that's where he's going to run into a brick wall for Barren County.
If my memory serves me correctly, that would probably be South Warren.
Yeah, I count them in that realm of elite teams.
People competing for the making a deep run in the playoffs.
Yeah, I count kind of Graves. We'll just say Graves, Bowling Green, South Warren, Owensboro. We'll try to look back here and see the last time the Cougars lost by that much. I think it might be back towards like a game against Butler County, actually. I'm gonna have to look at my schedule here. I was trying to write down Grayson County's gonna have the ball on their own 21-yard line.
I think it might have been when they had Rex.
Rex Henderson, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Grayson played him a little bit then. We'll look here. Last year there was no running clocks against any team that was not that. None there, as Grayson here will have the ball with two wide receivers down here to the near side. In the shotgun formation with a running back on each side. Felty, screen, complete at the 25-yard line, up across the 30-yard line, spinning down and getting up to the 32. That'll be an 11-yard pickup for Grayson.
A flag.
And a flag comes down on the tackle. Van Meter is the player that caught the play.
I didn't see anything that back judge, unless it's targeting, helmet to helmet, face mask.
Face mask called against the Trojans. That'll give the Cougars
15
the ball moving forward. And you know what? I'll take it. I think we'd have to go back to either Greenwood or Allen County, Scottsville back in 2017 or Ohio County that year.
That's 5 years.
5 years. And that's probably not what anybody had expected coming in here tonight.
No. Me personally, I was expecting it to not be a blowout either way.
Yeah, I was expecting this to be in a 10-point range. I don't know. It's a little confusing, but one of the questions we'll have to talk with Coach Jones at the end of the game is Felty takes the snap, looks to scramble out to the far side, dumps it off. It's in and out of the hands on the far side of the field of Jaron Van Meter. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. But I think I asked him this after the Hancock County game. It wasn't on the air. But it was something along the lines of, you never want to get blown out. I'm never saying that you want to, but is getting blown out early in the season sometimes a good thing? And kind of saying, like, hey, we're not that good. And I'm not saying that about I'm just more like sometimes that can really tell you that.
It serves as a reality check.
And the part that I liked is Felty takes the snap, 3-step drop. He's got a scramble away. He's been running for his life today, and that one is incomplete. as the Hancock County scrimmage. We talked about that. You mentioned how this kind of reminded you of it, and I think that's a fair assessment. The next week, played Hopkins County Central, and it was night and day, like two completely different teams, and it was almost like that Grayson County team was playing like Barren County is tonight. And sometimes getting your teeth kicked in can do that to you.
It'll make you a little angry, and it'll motivate you that next week. But what they have to do is they can't lose that motivation after they get a win. And that's what makes the difference between really good teams and just average.
36-0 is the score. 3rd down and 10 for Grayson. Felty takes the snap, 3-step drop, pump fake, scrambles away from one man, but that one man, and there's going to be penalty flags coming left and right, and it'll be Jackson Arms that will have the personal foul, and Kaylor, I'll take it, 1st down.
Yep. If you're going to get sacked, might as well get sacked by a horse collar.
But the horse collars, those are always the most dangerous injuries,
Yes,
because that's where you see, and it probably does not feel good.
They hurt really bad. I mean, and then it'll get that windpipe, it'll choke you a little bit, and you'll lose your breath. I mean, it's not the funnest thing in the world.
You're talking about windpipes. Just ask Joe Burrow. That's not how he had his injury, but he had the, what was his actual injury? It's trying to remind me. It was like a strained trachea or something last year that he had the injury against the Packers.
How do you do that?
He got hit by a linebacker as he was scrambling, and as he ran over the middle, the linebacker hit him high and somehow hit him in the neck. Okay. It's not I thought that was an automatic 1st down. Isn't a personal foul an automatic first?
I don't know if horse collars are personal fouls if I remember right, but I don't know.
Maybe.
But guess they know more than I do. But
interesting. 3 down here to the near side. 1 minute and counting to go here in the 3rd quarter. 36-0 Barren. Cougars need to get 6 yards. Felty holds on to it, trying to make something happen with the legs, and he's not going to, and he's going to lose 5 yards, and a late penalty flag comes in. That might be a late hit out of bounds. Where that penalty flag was thrown by the head official, he might be calling this. He's going to walk over a personal foul on Barren County. That should be an automatic 1st down.
And Hunter's got to be careful now. I mean, this game's out of reach. I know you want to try and do the best, but at the same time, a sense of self-preservation has to come into play.
You've got at least 8 more games this year.
Yeah, I mean, you have 8 more games. You don't really want to risk the rest of the season for a game that you're losing 36 points.
Is that a conversation you think Brian Jones is having with him?
He had it with me a couple times, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, and I mean, it's good advice from a head coach. I mean, listen, Grayson isn't going to win this game.
No.
Now, what you can do, though, is turn in a couple of good drives to try and make yourself feel better.
I mean, and you at this point, you're turning it into practice.
And listen, you can learn a lot about your team in practice. And Felty takes the snap here as the Cougars had it. And again, he runs for his life, and he's sacked and dropped for a big loss in the play.
And, I mean, they've had free rusher after free rusher, it looks like. I mean, they're not even.
It's a loss of 11 yards. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Grayson County trails 36-0. This is Cougar football on K105.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Trails 36-0 as we start the 4th quarter of play. We'll try to bring you a couple of score updates as I'm trying to go through and fill out my little sheet here. I put together a list of some of the games that people might care about. Hart County defeats McCreary Central earlier today, 56-15. Bowling Green over McCracken County 42-7. Butler County defeated Edmondson County 35-6. E-Town against Meade County 35-14. Greenwood 36-13 over Franklin Simpson. McLean County 56-0 over Breckenridge County. It'll be second down and 10 for Grayson, or second down and it's a lot longer than 10. The scoreboard says 10, but it is second down and very long for Grayson. Here out of the third quarter break, they trail 36-0. It's a screen pass, and it is set up perfectly. Caught at the 45, at the 50, at the 45, down inside the 40, at the 35, at the 30. Nice run on the screen play, continuing to just move. Conrad Raymond kept on moving.
That is the first screen pass they have executed correctly, and you saw what it does to an aggressive defensive line. It will torch the linebackers. I mean, because you have 5 offensive linemen going after 3-2 linebackers. I mean, they outnumbered them.
31 yards on the run, on the catch and run by Conrad Raymond. He's been getting some snaps back there at running back. And I mean, that's tough when you don't play a lot, especially in varsity. It's just a completely different thing. It'll be the shotgun formation, 11 minutes and counting. Raymond is to the right of the senior quarterback Hunter Felty. 3 to the right, or 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Felty looks to the right, throws on the slant, incomplete. Some miscommunication there. The ball was thrown behind as well.
14, Hunter Felty's pass attempt.
It was intended for Mason Carroll. And that'll bring up second down and 10. Ball placed on the 27-yard line as we approach the 10.5-minute mark. Second down and 10 for Grayson. 3 wide receivers to the left side, ball in the near hash. Raymond is to the right of Felty. Felty, a little bit of a low snap. It's going to be setting up another screen to Raymond. He slips a tackle there at the 20, inside the 15, and he's hit from behind, down to near the 10-yard line. Conrad Raymond again on the catch and run, and Raymond is having some success running this little screen.
Yes, and if the screens are ran correctly against an aggressive D-line, they are going to gain. They're going to be big hitters, and that's back-to-back screens that they've been able to hit.
16 yards on the play there from Conrad Raymond, and I like this too because Raymond is similar to Jaron Van Meter, and the fact that he's smaller, especially in a screen, you can hide.
Yes, you can, especially behind those linemen who are typically bigger than you. They don't really know where you are until you can break through. And I will say, as a quarterback, the one bad thing about a screen is you're typically taking a shot right as you throw it.
You took 1 or 2 of those, right?
I wish it was just 1 or 2.
Raymond rejoins again, 3 to the left, ball in the near hash. This time it's going to be a handoff to him. And no gain across the left side. Might have even lost a yard on the run. 9 minutes to go in tonight's game. Barren County leads Grayson County 36-0. Kaler, this is one of these though that if you punch in a touchdown here,
it's a confidence builder.
It is, and I mean, look, it's going to be tough to take positives from this game.
It is.
But that's football.
Yeah, those games happen.
You're going to have a game, and I think if you ask Brian Jones, you'd rather have it against Barren County than against Graves County or Ohio County or Muhlenberg County, where this game means nothing. It means nothing.
The district is not affected by this. I mean,
I guess it affects the RPI, but that only matters if you make it to the third round of the playoffs, and Grayson's got to get to the second right now. I mean, if we're just being honest, and Kaler, I was looking down, and all I said is looked up and saw Felty fall down. Was it a bad snap?
It was a low snap. I mean, it was catchable, but it was going to be hard to catch. And I think he might have took that self-preservation talk to heart because he didn't even try to pick it up. He just fell on it.
And he's dropped back to the 19-yard line, loss of 7 yards. And Grayson County needs to get the ball down to the 2-yard line, and it'll be third down and long for Grayson under 8 minutes to go. But I think, and Brian Jones talks about this a lot, the Cougar football head coach, football teaches you a lot about life.
It does.
And I know that's one of the things that he preaches a lot is tying things into life. And listen, life isn't fair.
Life sucks.
It sucks sometimes. But the key is that you got to try and make the best of it sometimes. And sometimes you're going to have a day where all you want to do is go home and, forget it even happened. But you got to remember it. As scrambling is Felty, and he's actually got room to throw, and it is caught. Are they going to say he was inbounds? He was, and sometimes you got to wait for the official. And was that Raymond again?
Jaden Kinney.
Jaden Kinney who catches it, pulls it in. And Kinney pulls it down at about the 11-yard line, give him 8 yards. But that's kind of the thing is that you just got to keep on moving sometimes.
It's not really because life is going to hit you hard sometimes. It's not really what you do to control those situations because they're inevitable. They're going to happen. Games like this are inevitable. It's more about how you respond to those games and what you do after the fact.
And that's why I'm sure Brian Jones, if you asked him, I'm sure he'd say, "Can we just go play McLean County right now?"
Mm-hmm.
Like let's drive to Calhoun. I would tell him, "No, can we at least do it tomorrow?" Because I'm tired. But still, I think you know what I'm saying by that. That you want to get this taste out of your mouth.
I mean, by the time you got to Calhoun, it would be tomorrow.
That is true. It is 4th down and 10 for Grayson. Felty throws end zone, and it is.
Did he catch it?
Did he catch it, or did he fall down, and is it incomplete? It is in! Touchdown, Cougars!
That's a way to thread the needle right there. I mean, that was a tight window.
Threading the needle and pulling it down for Grayson County on the play was Jaden Kinney, his 2nd touchdown of the season. An 11-yard touchdown, Felty to Kinney. I think Jaden Kinney now has had 3 career catches, 2 for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good percentage.
That's
66%.
That's elite.
I mean,
come on, Jerry Rice didn't even do that.
No, I mean, Randy Moss, he had 100 at one
Jamar
point.
Chase got close last year. I mean, it felt like that.
Randy Moss had a game where he had 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, 100 and something yards.
Yeah, yes, he did. In the first half or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
or something.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, Randy Moss was okay.
Might be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. He's no Jamar Chase, though, right?
Might be better.
To kick is Jackson Kane as we approach the 5-minute mark here. It's a good snap. Kane, it is long enough. It looks good from here, and it is good. It is 36-7, the touchdown, and we'll take a break. 5:06 to go. This is Cougar football on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Oh, that stupid controller froze again.
Spending less money,
I was wondering if you guys wanted me. OMG, it's McGruff!
Yes, I am.
He's not my Uncle McGruff the crime dog. He's a fake.
Oh! I am McGruff the crime dog. He is the fake, and so is that controller you're holding. It's gonna break. Let's take a bite out of crime together.
Who says you're not the fake?
Dude, you're literally missing it.
You are smart, kids. You're smart. Buy smart.
Grayson County does get on the board. It is 36-7, under 4 minutes to go in the running clock situation. Hunter Felty to Jaden Kinney and Kaler. That's a drive you can build something on.
Yes, it is. And, it's more not to build something in this game, but to build something going into next week. Because looking out there at that last drive, that was still their varsity defense out there, minus, I think, the Miller kid wasn't out there. But that was still the majority of their varsity defensive players. So if you can compete with them, you know for a fact you can score on them, and they have played extremely well tonight, I will say that.
Jackson Kane's going to boot it deep, and it is an over-the-shoulder catch at about the 11-yard line for Barren County up the middle. I think that was Booley on the run, and he gets it up to about the 25-yard line. That's where Barren County's going to get it with 3:10 to go, and you got to presume that they won't be doing much.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're going to keep it on the ground, like they have the majority of the game.
And they've done it very successfully. Yeah, and I think if you're a fan of the Barren County Trojans, you've got to be very happy with. I know that there was a little bit of, I'm not even sure the word to describe it, worry last week against Metcalfe County. Metcalfe County's a solid team. They've got good athletes. 12-9 was the final score. They're big. But I think there was a little bit like, 9 points. Like, we got to do better.
Yeah, there's a lot of unsurety there, but you have to really look at games that are really you have to look at more of those games that really don't matter to see what your team really is, and those are the games that are really going to tell you what a team is.
Motion run here by Barren County. They have a new quarterback into the game, and on the sweep up across the 30-yard line, the new quarterback is Cameron Crawford, the freshman.
Number 34, Alex Reagan.
And it is Alex Reagan on the run, and he gets it up to the 31. Justin Sims in there on the tackle for Grayson County. 2 minutes to go. Grayson County is going to fall to 1-1 on the season. They will travel to McLean County next week. Barren County will host Monroe County a week from tonight. Russell County. They'll host Monroe County in 2 weeks. On that night, Grayson County is going to be making the trip to Morgantown, taking on the Butler County Bears.
Oh, my favorite team.
Oh, listen, Taylor. If you know one thing about me, you know that, there's just nothing I enjoy more. Is there's a run over to the far side, maybe a gain of 1 or 2. And that was closing speed there on the play by one of the linebackers.
That was Michael Sturdivant that got in there and chipped him up. 59.
Carnes was on the carry.
Was made by number 4, Kenton Cornwell.
They gave it to Kenton Cornwell, was what the PA announcer gave it to.
Third down.
Maybe about a gain of 1. But listen, Taylor, there's nothing I enjoy much more than going to Butler County.
Well, there's a lot more things I enjoy.
Oh, trust me, that was pure sarcasm. I know my sarcasm meter is not rolling, but I'll tell you, there is one man sitting to my left that I think he had a Butler County tattoo put in. There's a carry up the middle under a minute to go. Grayson County is going to fall tonight by a final score of 36-7. The Cougars will move to 1-1 on the season, and they will face McLean County next week with an opportunity to bounce back, forget this game. I know I was talking to Cole Snyder, one of the managers, and I think he said that the football team enjoyed. After a game like this, I had in my keys to the game that I used to do, 2 of my keys were forget the previous game and then remember the previous game. And I think you probably as a player know what I mean by that is you don't want this game to turn into next week.
Exactly.
But you don't want to forget this game because if you do that, it could happen again.
You forget the result, but you don't forget what you did to make that result happen.
That's the final score tonight. Barren County defeats Grayson County by a final score of 36-7. We'll come back, wrap it up after this, and jump into the 5th quarter show as this is Cougar football right here on K105.
There's an epidemic of hearing loss in the world today. 1.1 billion young people worldwide are at risk from listening too loud and too long, and up to 1 in 4 U.S. adults show signs of noise-induced hearing loss. It's happening because the world is noisy, and blasting your headphones only makes it worse. Here's what you can do. Give your ears a rest. Just like your body, they need breaks too. And when you rock out, and we all do, be smart and carry ear protection. Let's make earplugs cool. So, listen up, people. When the world turns it up to 11, lower it to 6. Because hearing things we love is one of the greatest gifts of life. And once it's gone forever. You're never too young or too old to take care of your ears.
Cougar football on K105.
Grayson County falls tonight against Barren County by a final score of 36-7. The 5th quarter show is next here on K105. This is Cougar football on K105.
Floodwaters in eastern Kentucky have destroyed homes and businesses, displaced families, devastated communities, and claimed the lives of our fellow Kentuckians. Radio and television stations across the Commonwealth have united as one voice to help our fellow Kentuckians in need. Please consider supporting the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund today. Simply go to kba.org and click the Donate Now button. This message of hope is provided by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
Welcome back to Barren County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars fall tonight by a final score of 36-7. And the Cougars are now 1-1 on the year as we welcome you back into our visiting bathroom / press box, depending on how you want to carry it. If you just joined us, again, to get to the press box here at Barren County High School, you got to go through the bathroom. If our camera showed you, the door's right there. Luckily, if we have to go to the restroom, it's only about 15 steps. Grayson County falls tonight, though, by a final score of 36-7. Coming up on our fifth quarter show, we'll run down the scores from around the region. We'll talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Brian Jones, who is he's having a heck of a conversation down there right now. And then we'll run down the scoring from this game. But Kaler, yeah. I mean, what is Brian Jones saying right now?
Probably to keep it as radio friendly as possible. He's probably just telling them Barren County just wanted it more. That's what it looked like from the start of the game.
And I think that's one of those things as a coach, and I'm sure we'll hear this from him. That has to be the most disappointing thing.
It is.
Because, listen, you can go up against any team in the state, and if you want it more, you can compete for the most part. I mean, listen, there are some teams at Grayson County on any day of the week, they're just not good. I mean, St. X, listen, Mayo, Frederick Douglass, it's a different animal.
It is.
Barren County is not St. X. Now, Barren County is better than Edmondson County.
Yes.
That's not a slight to Edmondson County. Edmondson County has improved a lot. But they're better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Grayson County almost came out here similar to
Hancock.
And it almost even looked like
the first half of Edmondson.
Yes. I was even going to say, it almost looked like they were looking across, and instead of seeing maroon and yellow and gold, they were seeing red and black, like they were facing Owensboro.
They played scared.
They played scared, and again, Barren County, they're a solid team. I'm not, and by this, I don't want to take anything against them. Yes, we hear you. Thank you. Sorry.
Very nice sounding car.
I guess so. I guess that's what we're going to say. He just, I guess, wanted to join our post-game show. I don't know how much that carried up on our radio broadcast, but it was very loud. But nothing against Barren County, but Barren County is a team that Grayson County should have competed with tonight.
Yes, and this is probably a team that it's going to be a coin flip 5 out of 10 times. Each team is winning 5 out of 5. And
Now, if this game is played at 7 o'clock at Grayson County High School, would it have been a different result?
Maybe.
But, and I know Brian Jones would say this, and he said this in our open when I asked him, guess who also played tonight at 9 o'clock?
Barren County.
And guess who didn't look like that?
Barren County.
Yes, they were playing at home, but how much of that is an excuse?
None of it really is. I mean, it's more about how you respond to the adversity than what the adversity really is.
I know that, and we'll get ready to take a break here. I know that my band director in high school, he painted on the wall. It said, "The world revolves around results, not excuses."
That is true.
And I think using time, using location is an excuse. And I don't think Brian Jones is anywhere about an excuse.
And definitely after that performance, not even close.
Grayson County falls tonight by a final score of 36-7. We'll come back, have more in the fifth quarter show after this. This is Cougar Football on K105.
Floodwaters in eastern Kentucky have destroyed homes and businesses, displaced families, devastated communities, and claimed the lives of our fellow Kentuckians. Radio and television stations across the Commonwealth have united as one voice to help our fellow Kentuckians in need. Please consider supporting the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund today. Simply go to kba.org and click the Donate Now button. This message of hope is provided by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Cougar football on K105.
Grayson County falls tonight against Barren County by a final score of 36-7. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker with you. Brian Jones, the head coach for the Cougars, is making the long trek up here, and hopefully, Alex Cook, our crew member, is supposed to be meeting him, and he's walking the other way to hopefully lead Brian Jones into the visiting bathroom. Okay, maybe he is walking him down to make sure that he has the right way to go. But you know what? Like we said, Kaylor, it is almost 11:30 at night, and most of us, all we want to do is just go home. Oh, they're pointing at us right now. I think that we're waving. Hello. He's looking. He didn't know where we were, so he's going to come up and make his way up here in just a moment. So what we'll do is we'll let him and get ready and come up and start walking up the steps to give him the time to walk in here, and then we will take a break, come back to talk to Coach Jones, and then Kaylor will come back and wrap it up, and then we're going to hit the road because we've got a long trip back. And I don't know about you, but I can hear my bed from Grayson County calling my name right now. It's saying
I can too.
It's 11:20. I'm usually in there by now.
I've been hearing it since halftime.
Since halftime. I think I heard it about halftime of the Hart County game earlier tonight. We'll take a break. And is Coach Jones making his way up here? If not, we'll figure it out, and we'll talk to him next here on K105. Grayson County falls 36-7. This is Cougar football on K105.
Boston Center, Team U. We have a problem here. We have a hijacked aircraft headed towards New York.
I am monitoring a call in which Flight 11, the flight attendant is advising our residents.
That was our if not me, then who moment. The 9/11 Heroes Run, it's about remembering other people. It's a moment to get out there and be a part of something a little bit bigger than yourself.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Barren County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars fall tonight to Barren County by a final score of 36-7. I'm joined now by the head coach of the Cougars, head coach Brian Jones. And Coach, what did you learn about your team tonight?
I feel like we're snake bit right now. I mean, we just keep battling injuries. Last week had a couple guys sick, stomach bug. Some guys go out, and some of our kind of rotational guys, backup guys, go out in a JV game. And then, early in this game, we started, early in the first quarter, we lose Colby, and then Grayson has a heck of a catch and run, and then kind of gets slung down, hits his head hard. And a couple of those guys were able to potentially come back, but, I think I was trying to just kind of err on the side of caution rather than potentially have a good chance of being available next week rather than, play a few more plays in this game and then be gone for multiple weeks. So Grayson, could have came back. Tanner Finley could have come back. And so that is encouraging because, I mean, they essentially made it to the end of the game because we didn't put them back in. But Waylon into the night hurt, and of course Colby into the night hurt, and we were already thin because of some of our previous.
I know Matthew Phillips was beat up on a couple of plays.
Yep. And so that's we go from a group of older guys and such to some pretty young guys, and so depth right now is really an issue for us, and the other thing I learned is, Barren plays absolutely every bit as hard as they look like they play on film. I kept saying all week long that I just felt like their effort was just tremendous. They never stopped. They just, pin their ears back and were coming after you. And that's pretty much how they played the entire game. And we didn't, at times I felt like we matched their effort. Defense had a couple possessions there that looked really, really good.
They had
really good.
13-play drive, no points.
Yep. So there was definitely some situations there that defensively looked really good. Just never really could get much going on offense there. Up front, we just didn't have a lot of success. And when they're winning up front, it's hard to move the ball. We had a few plays here and there. But I was kind of really happy to see guys finish there the game, and that was a really tight window that Hunter threw it in, and took an opportunity and a phenomenal catch by Jaden Kinney. So I was pleased to see them keep fighting, but they had more fight than we did.
I know we talked about this, I think, before the game last week during our interview, and I think my question was something along the lines of how or I guess it was last year, and I tied it in of saying how you define success of creating young men and how the game of football teaches a lot of life lessons. Mm-hmm. And Kayla and I were talking about that in the fourth quarter about how kind of the life lesson we were discussing is that sometimes you get punched in the mouth in life,
yep.
and sometimes life just sucks.
Yep.
There's no other way to describe it. What kind of life lessons can a game like this, where it wasn't pretty, teach your team?
Well, I think it puts you at a crossroads. Either you are in this situation and you fold and feel sorry for yourself and feel sorry for our situation, and you mope and you pout and you don't get any better, and it continues to happen and you continue to get beat down. Or you make a decision that these are the cards we've been dealt in this current situation, and we've got to find a way to be successful with what we have. And that's what I told them right there at the end of the game. I said, we're at the crossroads, guys. I said, because, we're in a tricky spot with our depth and this, that, and the other. And I said, it's going to go one of two ways. I said, it always does. I said, either we're going to come in on Monday and we're going to figure out some ways to have some success, and that may mean some guys changing positions to fill some voids that we may have due to injury and playing out of position. And or, we're going to have some me guys that say, I don't want to do that, and don't give great effort and sacrifice for their teammates. And it'll be a rough go next week. And so that is the thing that I think we'll have to try to kind of harp on this week is, it's a whole group effort, and it's we before me. And so, there's no doubt that you come across those in your adult family life, marriage, parenthood, all those things where you come across a situation that's not optimal. And you got to make a decision on which way you're going to go with it. Are we going to make the best of what it is, because it is what it is? I mean, that we can't do anything about our depth, and we can't do anything about the players we have. We have what we have, and we have available what we have available. And so that may be some young guys got to jump in there and fill some spots. It may be, a skilled kid that jumps in and plays some offensive line. I mean, you don't really know, and we won't really know until Monday kind of gets here, and we've had the weekend for Scott to kind of evaluate some guys and such. But there's no doubt that there's similar situations these kids will encounter further down the road. And if we can find a way to battle through this one, they'll battle through the ones when they become adults.
Two more quick questions for you, and I think we all want to go home because it's really late. But the first one is 3 weeks ago tonight, you played Hancock County, and Kaler was even mentioning, and I kind of agreed with him that this game kind of had a similar feel to that, where it was they just ran it down the throat, some weird things happened and so on. But then a week later, you faced Hopkins County Central, and it was like you had two different teams almost. Now, again, Hancock County, a really, really good team. Hopkins County Central, not discounting them at all. They're not Hancock County.
Yeah.
That did play a part in that. But do you think your team can take what they learned, 3 weeks ago, whenever that was, in between Hancock and Hopkins, and use that moving into McLean next week? Or was there something you saw or learned, or you think it's two completely different things?
No, I think, when you play a good team like Hancock, they expose some weaknesses. I think tonight there was no doubt some areas that we were exposed that immediately in the game kind of jump out to you. We're tackling too high. They had a really good running back that ran extremely hard. We hit him up high. We're in position to make some plays for negative yards or no gain. And he's breaking 2 and 3 and 4 tackles to, get 5, 6, 7 or more yards. So, that was something that kind of jumped out to us immediately is we've got to do a better job at tackling. And, we go through a tackle circuit at least twice a week. And, I told the guys over there, I said, I see in my own drill during the tackle circuit that we are high, and we're constantly talking about that. And tonight was an example of, the way you practice is the way you play. You see a good running back, and you don't make the tackles you should make that you're in position to make because it's just not technically sound. And there'll be some other things that we will see once we look back at the film that we'll be able to say, hey, we make a few changes here, there, and this play goes from being not so good to a pretty decent play. And so we'll look for those things in some areas to build on and try to correct some mistakes and techniques and things like that. I don't think, overall that our effort was bad. I just think their effort was better. And so that's, we'll try to find some of those things to build upon. But I definitely think it's very similar. This Barren County team, I know last year they were 3 and whatever. I wouldn't think this team will be a 3-win team.
No.
I know a lot of people that I had spoke to said that they thought last year's team was better than this team. Based on film, I don't know that I agree with that. 19's a year better, and, he was pretty good last year. He's very good. 12 is a year better and stronger. He was okay last year. He's really good.
He's awesome.
And 77, I'm going to tell you right now, I mean, if somebody consistently blocks him, that's going to be a very good football team. He is something to –
I called his name left and right tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he just was nearly impossible to block. I would have probably liked to seen us maybe try to get him on the backside of some plays some and maybe cut him some to try to slow him down, but he had a motor. I mean, man, did he have a motor.
Coach, we pretty much took the two questions into one there with McLean County coming up next week. We will see you then, and drive safe going back. It's going to be a late night.
Yes, sir. Thank
That's
you.
head coach Brian Jones. Cougars fall tonight 36-7. We'll come back, wrap it up after this. This is Cougar Football on K105.
Oh, stupid controller froze again.
Spending less money,
I was wondering if you guys wanted me. OMG, it's McGruff.
Yes, I am.
He's not my Uncle McGruff the crime dog. He's a fake.
Oh! I am McGruff the crime dog. He is the fake, and so is that controller you're holding. It's gonna break. Let's take a bite out of crime together.
Who says you're not the fake?
Dude, you're literally missing it.
You are smart, kids. You're smart. Buy smart.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Barren County High School, where Grayson County falls tonight against Barren County by a final score of 36-7. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker back with you. Running down the scoring from this. I mean, Kaylor, do we need to?
No.
If you watched it, you saw it. If you want, it wasn't good. We'll just say that. A couple score updates that might be of interest to you. We'll just do opponents this season for Grayson. So next week they'll face McLean County, who beat Breck 56-0. The week after they'll face Butler, who beat Edmondson 35-6. The week after that they will face Graves County, who lost to Paducah Tillman 25-7. Muhlenberg County lost to Hancock County 58-0. Warren East beat Ohio County 47-0, and that, Kaylor, seems like I hit most of the ones that matter.
Yeah.
Final thoughts for tonight?
It's a good thing and a bad thing for the team for the way this happened. I mean, they're off the field injury-wise. They're going through a lot. So, I mean, it shows a lot about them that they still fought. But there's still some things on the field that they have to shore up. And I thought at times the effort really wasn't all that there, and you could tell. But for the most part, I will say they fought, especially at the end of the game whenever all hope's lost. If you can still put points on the board with, I think there was like 2 minutes left, you're still fighting to the end, and that's a good thing to see in a team, especially whenever you're getting running clocked.
That'll wrap up our coverage for tonight, as frankly it is 11:35 p.m. Central Time. We've got to break down the crew. I think Alex Cook has to go to the restroom, and that can take at least 15 minutes sometimes. So we might not be home until next week. But again, that feels like just in a couple of hours, because that feels like the kind of night that it has been. That'll wrap up our coverage tonight, though. I want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew for their hard work. Alex Cook was your camera operator. Your director was Chase Blaine. So tonight, where Grayson County falls to Barren County by a final score of 36-7, for my partner Kaylor Decker, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.